Keep on going.
It's over 9,000!
What it do, 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 what it do. Sorry, y'all, I'm over here trying to put some stuff out of the way. I had to move a lot of stuff around. Had some technical issues yesterday. That's why I didn't get on the stream. Well, that and I'm sick as a fucking dog. Not gonna lie to you, I caught a fucking cold. Work with too many single mothers, man. Shit is out here fucking me up. But anyways, what's happening? Should play our partner Ziggy 2 times, and we back at it again. Brand new day, brand new video, man. It is November 9th. We are within the last 60 days before I go on this damn vacation for the end of the year, 2026. All that cool shit, you know what I mean? We are trugging along. Of course, once I get to my 1-year anniversary, which will be April 21st or 15th, one or the other, I can't remember. But once we get to our 1-year anniversary up here on this here Twitch, Kick, YouTube super platform that we've been using, we will start to do clipping. We will start to do outside random react videos. We will get better. We will purchase new things. We will get back on track to becoming dope as shit. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm looking at my phone trying to finish up some stuff. My nose is stuffed as fuck, so if I sound disgusting, sorry. More than likely, I am gonna get off of here at a little after 11, so I can take a myriad of different cold medicines, pass out for a second, and prepare for work instead of waiting all the way till 1 o'clock. Talking this much is fucking me up right now. I can actually hear and feel my voice rattling snot in my head, which is ridiculous. I will be getting some more coffee because this coffee right here is cold and it still tastes so good. So good. But I digress. Either way it goes, man. We about to get into these videos, see how many we can get through before it's time to go. We ain't playing around with these folks. If this shit get boring or if I start feeling like I'm nodding off, I'm clicking next. We ain't playing around. I ain't playing around. You hear me? All right, now let's get into it. I am going through it. I'm talking about damn bad. I will be trying to mute in between sniffles and snot blowing and whatever. I will be muting. So it feels like that's gonna be pretty often. Pretty often. Not gonna lie to you. I'm talking about body is going through it. Uh, uh, wait, hold up. Hold on. Wait a minute. I ain't got no sound. Hold on. Where is the sound? There we go. And hopefully this ain't gonna blow people's ears out. I don't know.
O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. There is a saying, family, and the saying is that
We got 3 back-to-back
people
O'Shea
hurt
Duke Jackson
people.
videos too.
And we've all seen this at a
Be
certain
mentally
time.
prepared.
This could be us. But in the case of Summer Walker, this, in my honest opinion, is exactly what is happening. All right. Recently, Summer Walker went on to a particular podcast, and she was discussing how she deals with men.
When you go broke, I will leave you.
Ah,
Figure it out.
so you're here to just bleed them dry. As
Yes.
soon as you get everything, you're off. Do you normally seek out the victims, or do they come? Is it inbound calls?
Oh, no. I never chase.
So it's never outbound.
I only attract.
Inbound only.
And if you came and talked to me, that's your fault.
Right, your prerogative. You signed up for this.
Ladies, if you try to ride or die, you will, in fact, die. Don't do that no more. You look stupid.
I do want to think, and maybe this is me being optimistic, that not like 100% exclusively that will be the experience. You know, maybe there are some good dynamics still left, no?
It could be. I'm not a man hater. I don't know. I just don't like them anymore. Like,
When you say them,
Well, that's because you started off your career as a stripper. You've probably seen the worst side of men for 90% of your life. She's still like not even 30 yet, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check real quick. Yeah. If you've spent most of your life in a situation where you're seeing the worst men, yeah, she's 29. She's not even 30 yet. She already has 2 kids by 2 different men. She's been quote unquote famous and rich for the last 5 years. Before the before 25, you have spent almost 7 years, it seems like, in the strip club industry in Atlanta. You see the worst of the worst of the worst of men. I don't know if she was a streetwalker or anything like that before, but I don't listen to her music that tough. I listen to the singles. So if you were a streetwalker, then that's even worse. You've seen the lowest of the lows from men. And then now you get into the higher level where you have nothing, and then you only dealing with niggas the abusive, the downtrodden, leftover men. I mean, the ones that have multiple baby mamas already and are pretty jacked up financially, so they're leaning on you financially. So you're looking at those men, and then you're over here feeling like you're disgusted by them, and you don't. I mean, obviously, that's what happens when you work in the adult industry for so long. You're either gonna revere the men that you have not encountered, the type of men that you haven't encountered already, or you're gonna be completely disgusted by the men that you do encounter because you believe they're all gonna be like the ones that you have already. Period. That's same on both ends.
like men, I don't like to date wise. Like, y'all can provide, but like, to like them, I don't know.
So she's telling other women, all that you need to do is use these guys. In fact, that's what she says she does, right? And that men are pretty much useless. I mean, this is a lady that has 3 kids, a set of twins, and one by 11 on the track. And I've noticed that this kind of content is getting popular. You have your Shira 7s out there, the sprinkle chicks, and these same women, you know, when you talk about the sprinkle content, they're okay, but there is something wrong with that too.
People are ready to hear this, but hypergamy content is slowly starting to feel like the female version of red pill content. Now, wait, hear me out. I know that red pill content is actively promoting abuse towards women, but hypergamy content is slowly promoting emotional abuse towards men. Okay, hold on. I love seeing women get treated like queens. I love seeing that on my page. I love seeing men adore and spoil their women any chance they get. However, there's content that's being pushed out to essentially make you compare your relationship with some random person's relationship. If your man does not buy you a car, 1,000 roses, and pays your rent, he's just not man enough. You're with the wrong guy. He's a dusty. Do you know how damaging that is for not just men, but for women ourselves? Because this is reinforcing the idea that a woman's value has to come from the external. It has to come from material goods. Like, I'm only a woman enough, I'm only feminine enough if I can have a guy pay for me, essentially. So my value is based on a man still. We are telling men that if you cannot provide 100% everything, give your wife everything, you're just not man enough. What about all those men, like 90% of men that just don't have the luxury to do that? Do they not deserve to experience love?
Now, I want to talk about this because the creator makes an excellent point. And that is this. You want to say that the red pill is toxic, but using men is not toxic? Is it not? And she's right. It's saying that women are only good for one thing, their looks. Other than that, it's not a big deal. Now, I want you to look at somebody like Summer Walker, and let's look at her dating history. Recently, she was with Rico Reckless. She began dating him in December 2023.
Okay,
maybe
here we go. We're gonna break it down.
And then that was done. Okay. After this, she said she was truly over men. Then she paid this particular white guy at the VMAs, a guy who is a known sexual that she rented to be her boyfriend. Then there was London on the track. You know, this is all in no particular order. You got Larry Lambert, who's the father of her twins. You got Little Meech, who's dusty and down bad. So all of these men that you have chosen, bottom of the barrel kind of guys, and you're upset with the bottom of the barrel outcome, right? And this is something for everybody to understand. Bottom of the barrel outcomes happen
Spotlight.
The fuck? Why is this random ass nigga trying to add me on Facebook? Man, you don't know me, bro.
when you yourself
I don't
are
know you,
a
dog.
bottom of the barrel individual. I'm gonna
Maybe
say it
that's
again.
who she,
Bottom of the barrel outcomes
in a
happen
relationship
when
with.
you
I
are
don't
a
know.
bottom of the barrel individual, all right?
Okay.
And you're going
I
around
don't
talking
know
about
you,
the
I don't
men
know
that
this
you
man.
use, the money you get from them. And I want to call
Brady,
cap
come
on that, because if that's the case, if you had that ability the whole entire time, why were you dealing with Rico Reckless? I don't have no problem with Rico Reckless. I'm not here to disrespect the man. I'm just saying.
I got a problem
It
with her.
seems like she's more popular than the guy. That's all I'm saying. When we come
Right.
back
He
and we
got- he
talk
got more bread than
about
her.
somebody like Little Meech. Now, Little Meech is somewhat popular, but you're like 5 years older than this guy, okay? Little Meech is down bad. He can't do anything.
Little
Then
Meech.
we have LVRD Farrell, Larry Lambert. You gave him 2 kids. Then there's another on track, and we already understand what he's about, all right? All of these
Yeah, he
men
got about
are
100
your
kids
fault.
his damn
These are
self.
guys you picked. And you cannot sit there and tell me that guys want to put up with Summer Walker. It's not true. You can probably get some old dudes who don't have nothing, but Nobody wants to deal with you. And the issue is, and again, when I hear women talk like Summer Walker, you got to get what you can get. It's how it is. Well, know what I think about, honestly? I sit back and I examine how dusty that person is going to be for the rest of their entire life. That is exactly what I believe. I don't believe anything else. I have no confidence in the fact that somebody like Summer Walker is going to be good for anybody. The lady has been damaged. And the last thing that I say that I think that any man would like to do and deal with is somebody who you might find attractive, but is completely damaging. You need to let them go right away. No questions asked. Let them go right away. Why should they go right away? Because they're delusional, okay? Summer Walker is right now renting older white men to pretend like somebody is a sugar daddy towards her. In order for somebody to be a sugar daddy to you, long term, you have to have what this person wants. You cannot tell me that it's so many dudes lined up trying to get with Summer Walker, trying to deal with that. And then a lot of these ladies listen to that. They think that it's cool to use people. You're only using yourself because there's too many women out here, okay? It just really is. And it's really sick to be trying to play men for money, play men for resources, because the flip side of that is what happens when you play a guy who's willing to take it there. And you guys know exactly what I mean.
Watch out for that shit.
What does it matter then? When you are literally trying to scam somebody who is not mentally sane. You see it all the time. Husband and wife teams fight and all kind of crazy stuff. You want to know why you see so many relationships in disappointment or in violence? But because somebody feels like they're being played with their own money. You've been having me do this and you don't really love me, so okay, I'm gonna really show you what that's about. You don't love me, you gonna wish you loved me. Then when something happened, protect all women. It's not fair. I get it's not fair, but also how you treat people is also not fair. And all y'all gonna do is make women more single, because no real man is gonna put up with that. Absolutely he's not. And if you're ever reaching like awful people in your life, bad people in your life, they're making your life miserable, always in the same situation, it's easy to go out and blame somebody else. Very easy to do that. It's easy to go out there. It's easy to go out there and say you did this,
and
you did
point
that,
fingers. Yeah,
X,
it's
Y,
real
Z.
easy to point
That's
fingers.
very easy. Want to know that's what's not easy? To sit your ass down and to take some level of accountability for why you're failing. That's the hard thing to do. It's the hardest thing for all of us as humans to do. Sit back and realize that women or men are not the problem. Individually, we are the problem. And individually, we have to get everything fixed ourselves. If we don't, it's up to us, and we will suffer the direct consequences. And people like Summer Walker, they're broken. Nobody can do anything to fix her. She's going to continue to draw those kind of pookie men into her life, and that's all. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Du Jackson back at it again. The episode of the Celebrity Dragger.
At least till she about 34. At least until she about 34. Once she 34, she might actually wisen up. But she already got 2 kids. By the time she hit 34, man, the rate she going, she's gonna have 3-4 more. And then she ain't putting out albums and going on tour or nothing like that, so ain't nothing stopping that. Ain't nothing stopping it. So we just gonna go right on down that little magic highway.
BBLs ain't cute. If I'm being honest, it's like they look good to an extent.
On July 14, 2025, Joy Taylor was fired from Fox Sports, and she really wasn't that great of a host, to be honest. Not saying that women can't be good hosts, but her, Emmanuel Acho, and the rest of those guys, they were trash. Woo! But Joy Taylor was something nice to look at, and that is one thing that I do like about sports shows. I don't necessarily ever see ugly women on sports shows, and I think that's important. But again, she had to go head on and leave, and the allegations about Joy Taylor was, she was screwing Skip Bayless, and she was screwing other guys to basically, get ahead in the company. And so now she's out of the picture. Fast forward. And so this is something that's important because Joy Taylor is pretty.
Yeah, that was earlier this year.
She's had all of the opportunities, but she is almost 38 years old, or she is 38, maybe closer to 39 now. And so with all of the opportunities to meet, successful men, she's been married and divorced, And the future for her doesn't look so bright because, again, nothing that she's really done, according to the allegations, are merit based. And when you want to meet or, have a good relationship with somebody or a good business partner, you have to be merit based. It's good to be pretty and attractive, but what you do for a person every day matters the most. I mean, this is why we love, Apple as a company. This is why we love, YouTube or Google. This is why we love our favorite cars, whether it's Mercedes-Benz or Range Rover or Ford, or, why we like certain items, because they're dependable and they are value for money. In a similar way, when you're dealing with a husband or a wife, you want that person or individual to be value for money, to basically be something on the market that you really couldn't find. And Joy Taylor has had that problem competing even in the professional world. So now Joy Taylor has certain other things she's doing, which if you can see her, she's been working out recently, as you can see here, and she has like butt pads, and there are allegations that now she's going down the road of getting the BBL, okay? And we already know what a BBL is. But before we get to that, let's look at the framework that Joy Taylor operates in when it comes to dating.
I want to be able to sit across from you and have a conversation. I do not do awkward. So if we're sitting anywhere at the most beautiful restaurant in the world and you can't carry on a conversation, I don't want to be there. And the main reason is I can afford to eat at this beautiful restaurant by myself, and I like my own company.
Now, this isn't bad at all, in my honest opinion. She's just saying, like, she goes out on a date with somebody, you need to be interactive, and the reason why is she could be somewhere else and she would like your undivided attention. So let's give her a round of applause for that. Yeah, I don't have any problem with a woman saying this because, I'm guilty of not, giving my attention on a date or whatever, and, and looking like I'm disinterested. So nobody wants to feel that way. So, hey, so far, so good. I mean, I think any person or human being would like this situation. But then here we go.
The only thing that a man can do for me is love me, show up as yourself, be authentic. If we're going for a walk with coffee, great. If we're going to a beautiful, expensive restaurant where you're buying a $2,000 bottle of wine, wonderful. I love expensive wine. And we have a great conversation.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
Okay, so this is where
that shit
the
went
rubber
from
meets the road.
ground level
so now she's talking about, look, take me out
Galaxy
to a nice
Eater
restaurant.
real quick.
If you want to buy me a glass of wine that's $2,000, yeah, you can do that. Now, all right, let me just talk about this. I get it that Joy Taylor is used to, being around people that have a whole lot of money. But to spend $2,000 on wine and to feel like you can deserve that, it's probably where the rubber meets the road, okay? And this is the issue that I see, that, women who have been pretty all their life, or at least been sought after all their life, they have an issue as when they don't really know when the tide is going to turn, right? They don't have any awareness about when their leverage is losing. And when you're Joy Taylor and you're in your 30s and you believe that your leverage is still there when it comes to men, but it's not, and clearly it isn't, because nobody is calling you from ESPN. Nobody is calling you from,
that money gonna dry up because ain't nobody trying to hire you for that kind of job no more.
Like, oh shoot, I don't
you
really
burnt
bring
that
a whole
bridge
lot of value
by smashing everybody
to the market. But there you are talking about $2,000 wines, and even if you wouldn't take it, it's just cringe that you would even admit or even say something like that. And as this should be something that somebody should do for you
when you're trying to sell yourself as being the good old
there
girl.
are things I don't want to do. I don't want to go to your house. I'm not going to your house. Movies are okay, but they got to be paired with like dinner, like some time to talk. We're not going to church. I'm not going to meet your family. But other than that, I just think that you should just be creative. Listen to what I want to do. If I tell you my window is 10 a.m. on a Monday, I guess we're going to coffee. That's the window that you got. But this is just me.
So she's talking about all the things that she isn't going to be doing. Okay.
Right.
She's not going to be in church.
But I guarantee the dude that she looks that has the 10 out of 10 look factor for her and it has a good mouthpiece, she coming up off of it. Straight up, no questions asked. I guarantee that.
You need to listen to what she wants to do.
I heard something a long time ago, and I mean, it wasn't a long time ago. This is Kevin Samuels, I'm pretty sure. Women make rules for men that they don't like. The man that she likes, rules out the window because she like him. If you ever notice a chick trying to extract resources out of you just because you like her and she wants you to go, you want to go on a date with her or whatever like that, and she trying to, oh well, I need this, I need that, hit you with the my light bill late, do you think I could stay over there for a couple days after she give you the ill nah? You know what I'm saying? All of that is because she don't like you. She's willing to deal with you. She don't like you because the man that she
Do.
like, he
She
ain't got to
will
do a damn thing.
not meet
She'll sniff his dirty
your
drawers
family.
after he ain't
Now,
worked all
when
week.
a man hears a woman that speaks like that, I mean, number one, you just
It's about a
sound like
handful,
somebody
too.
who has like so many issues, and you're making the current guy pay for everything else that's been done in
Right.
your life and all of that. And again, this is just something that somebody doesn't want to deal with. And again, this is what a lot of ladies like Joy Taylor do. So when they don't want to budge on these non-compromising issues, okay, then women start going to other alternatives and trying to move the quote unquote goalposts, okay? And we start
Well,
to
she look
really
good in the face.
find
She just
out
got this box
why
body.
Joy Taylor is what she is.
I am someone who has a lot of trauma. Now, I am in no way like fully
Oh,
recovered
she trying to
from
cry. Then why are you trying to date?
all of the things that I have been through.
That's another thing, man. Why are women actively seeking long-term relationships, dating and otherwise, while they're actively going through a healing process? They're trying to get over some situation that they've already gone through, and they're seeking validation through a new person. Why don't you finish figuring out what the hell you need to figure out and then come on back? You know what I mean?
And I don't know that I ever will be. But I don't think that means that you can't date.
So here Joy Taylor talks about
I
trauma.
think that's what that means.
I have trauma.
I don't think you can date.
No shit.
If-
Of course you do.
Woo!
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you admitted this because
Yeah, I don't think
there
you
are
can date
so many ladies
if you're going through
who
things.
have
If you're currently
this
going through
particular
past
trauma
traumas, you
that
shouldn't
they're
be dating.
trying to bring into the new relationship.
You
Don't get me
shouldn't
wrong.
want to.
Men, we also have trauma too, right? But we all had a bad experience where we don't trust people as much as we used to, and that's
Right.
understandable. The one thing that I feel that women do, they may carry more hurt, and pain and animosity than men do into new relationships. Women are more sensitive. They're more sensitive to having their feelings hurt.
Right.
They're gonna guard their feelings a lot more after they have been hurt. Whereas men, will be hurt for a minute and we can still be hurt, but we'll, try again and try to get the girl that we want.
One thing about men, man, and this is coming from a dude that was in a relationship for like 8 years. And I had to break up with my, at the time, fiance that I lived in with for the like 4 or 5 years at that time. After you get like 2 or 3 under your belt, this brand new, or the ones that was waiting in the Raptors, waiting on you to become single again. Once you bust off a couple of them, you start remembering that you that nigga. And all that bullshit that you was putting up with just to get a little bit off of her, no longer relevant. You don't care. No, I mean, yeah, there's still a modicum of healing that needs to go on after the fact. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get some get right in your mind and get your mind back right and all that stuff like that, and get your finances back in order or whatever. But it's a lot easier for us. We can go get a Call of Duty real quick, kill about 1,000 motherfuckers, bust down 2 or 3 of them girls that we had to dodge while we was in a relationship, catch you a brand new one, and make sure that in your mind oh, I still got it. The ones from the past that I couldn't hit came back around and let me smack. And then the ones in the future that I want to go get and I pursue now that I ain't gotta have no kind of groundwork for, let me smack. My mind and my finances are right. My wallet is right. You ain't gonna care about that bitch no more. Women, they can do a complete 180, change their entire life around, and they still want to know what their ex, if their ex fuck with them or not. Men don't care about that. I'm gonna fuck with you as long as I can fuck with.
Want. And so the reality is that
I hate to
now
say it,
Joy
but
Taylor,
that's how we are.
not
That's how we
only
operate.
Are you unaware of where
Maybe
you are
not
right
all of
now
us.
in your life? You're telling
But if you got
everybody
some
else that
ism
you're
in you,
traumatic.
yeah,
So
that's
you're
what you
38
do.
years old.
That's how you feel.
have these demands.
That's how you move.
want a man who is probably like you, has money like you, and doing very well, and you're traumatic, okay? And so now that you have these issues, you come on to podcast and you admit this.
What's the youngest to the oldest? Like, what's your range?
Damn, I'm telling myself right now. I would say right now, at my age right now. Yeah, I would not date younger than 25, 26.
That's a good one.
You laugh. Why is that funny?
No, because I thought she was going to be on
I thought you would say-
I thought she was going to be on some like 35 to 57.
Me too.
Oh no, I mean I don't think I could. I don't know. I'm not gonna get up here and lie. Okay, young men are very aggressive and they do not care how old I am. And
Wait, but Joy, I have to ask you because this is a whole thing with women.
Well, this was on Paul Pierce's podcast. She's saying, listen, the framework that she's developing for, guys to date her, she's finding out that guys don't want to do it. And she even admits it. She says, listen, the younger guys are good because they don't care how old she is.
Damn!
And that's right, because most men that are successful don't want to deal with the woman telling a man what she's not going to do.
Nah, it's not even that. It's not even that. What it is that, excuse me, younger men find older women attractive because it's a less likelihood of getting them pregnant. Excuse me. Damn, I'm sneezing like a motherfucker. Yeah, that's what it is. Younger men find older women attractive because they have a less likelihood of getting them pregnant, raw dogging or whatever. Older men don't deal with older women because it's a less likelihood of her getting pregnant. I mean, what man is going to come into a relationship and don't get anything out of the deal? Like, there's men out there like me. There's 46% of black men out there in the world that are single, unmarried, and childless. If I run into another chick that's 36 years old, 95% of the time she's gonna have a child already. So you mean to tell me I have to come in with materials to take care of a house that's already been built with a deed already written out in your child's name, but then I'm never going to be able to put any kind of precedence into my lineage through you? Most of these women out here that already are 36, like I said, or around that age, already had a kid. They don't want no more. Because they feel like that's going to be a great reset for them. Unless you can just take them completely off the job market. And that ain't happening for the most part. You know what I mean?
Let me just say this, okay? As a man, I'm 44 years old. I believe undoubtedly in women's rights. I mean, I was a man born in one of the most liberal states, California. I come from the most matriarchal communities, Del Paso Heights, the black community. So how a lot of us as black men in my generation saw women, it was equality is kind of where it started. All right. We don't have a whole lot of problem with women leadership. But the issue is this: if I'm a man and I've worked very hard, you're not going to be telling me what you're not going to do, especially if you expect me to sacrifice for you. If I'm spending my money on you, I'm doing things for you, I'm making your life easier, and you're telling me that if I want to go to church, you're not going. I need to be listening to what you want me to do. You will not meet my family. but you're okay with me spending $2,000 on wine. Yeah, you're a lost cause, and you've already told me you're traumatic. And not only are you traumatic, you realize you're traumatic and you're not going to get the help that you need. So then why should I be dealing with you? So now what you're doing is you got the BBL now. This is what you're trying to do. You're literally thirst trapping online. And now guys are starting to recognize.
See, like, look, like, okay, Pete, you look good up in here. You even look good if you want to add all this right here into elbows up. But then why you got this sausage casing body towards the bottom?
What happens when women
like,
can't
straight
get
up and down on the
men
sides.
to recognize their framework for the
Like,
instructions,
look at
that they want you to follow so that you can chase them. When they feel like most men are not going to go for it, what they'll try to do
She's straight up and down on the sides.
Into somebody coming to do it, which is thirst trapping. All
Her
right,
side action is vertical in the motherfucker.
in this particular, B-roll here in the background, and her doing the workout pants. She's looking for somebody to try to come and see what she's working with. And that's why if you go to Black Adam Schefter, you'll see like Joy Taylor is a wild woman. They're trying to get this attention because the guys that they want don't want them. And so now you have these young guys and you're dating these young guys just so that you can say, well, look, these younger guys want me. And it's because you older guys are toxic. It's the same thing that Tracy Ellis Ross is saying. It was the same thing that Lala Anthony was saying. You're getting these young guys because these young guys don't have money. And if they do, they're real young athletes and they have inexperience. All right. And, they don't really know what's going on in the dating world. They don't know that, certain people like Joy Taylor are traumatic. Okay. They don't know what they're dealing with, but they're confident because, hey, this fine ass older lady, wants to go head on and let me do X, Y, and Z to her. So I must be better than all these older guys out here. And you can think that all that you want, but that just doesn't make it true. And these are the situations that we're seeing. Like literally, we're seeing these ladies like change right before our eyes. I mean, just a few years ago, Joy Taylor was, having a pretty good career on Fox Sports. And then after a year, she's admitting that nobody will want to date her. People are discounting her age now because she's 38. And it's not because you're just 38. It's because you go onto these talk shows and these podcasts, and any of these guys that will actually listen to what you're saying, they get turned off. And women got to understand that men also get turned off. A lot of the things that you say and do turns off future suitors.
I don't know too much of anything that, like, again, you pass your prime, baby. You want to deal with a rich dude, you can't give him a kid, then you kind of SOL.
Cardi B
at this point
would have had
I hate to say it,
a better opportunity than Stefan Diggs as far as dating is concerned. The reason is she is Cardi B. She's Dominican. People know her, but she was going off on Offset all the time, going off on them on the Twitter spaces and things like that. So nobody wanted to jump out there and be in a relationship with her because look at what she was showing the world. You were crashing out. You were just wild. You're calling a grown man the B word. So what ended up with her? Well, you ended up getting with Stefan Diggs and he has like 4 kids on the way along with yours. Woo! And now you're just a side chick in a main style relationship and you're not even the number one chick anymore like you used to be with Offset. And that's all because you can't understand where you are in the market. You're not aware. You're not aware of the things you're doing. You think that whatever you're doing is going to be okay and somebody will just fall for it. Like you can make your demands and somebody's going to get something from dealing with you. But the reality is a lot of the framework that some ladies have, nobody is gaining anything from it. So it's just easy to tell you no or to not want to deal with you. And then when nobody want to deal with you, let's go out here and post thirst trap videos like Tia Mowry. Let's go and show everybody that we're still good looking. And then that somebody will come and give us the man or God will give you the man that you deserve. Or let's come out here and do, other things like, BBLs and, let's go ahead and put the butt pads out there and whatever the case may be to get some attention. So guys will know that, hey, listen, the last thing that I do have to offer that you might like is this. And you forgot that most guys that got money or got something going on can get that from any place. Woo! So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi Dude Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that box ass body, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, body just so
November
box.
1st SNAP benefits cuts are affecting many people.
All right, this is O'Shea again, man. This is the last O'Shea video.
But also white. All across
he's just such a good reporter, a little hood reporter.
Like Kentucky, Alabama, and Tennessee. And in your black cities like Atlanta, there's a lot of pain being felt. So you have the Atlanta mayor, Mr. Andre Dickens, who is going to come out with a solution for this situation.
Sure that during this crisis of you not getting paid or you not having SNAP benefits where you're making choices of how to eat or how to pay your water bill, well, we're going to reduce that burden on you so you won't have to pay your late fees or anything such as that. We don't want to be additive to any kind of pressures that people have.
Basically what's happening is this. Andre Dickens is doing a few things. Number one, he's pausing the water service termination. And this happened, on October 30th, 2025. This is the initiative ATO Cares, okay, to support residents who depend on SNAP benefits amid the uncertainty from the federal funding. He's also going to pause evictions in city-owned, city-sponsored, and funded housing units through the same time frame, okay? And so if you live there, then you will typically be okay. Now, in the Georgia area, there's around 1.4 million people who rely on SNAP, with approximately 580,000 in the metro Atlanta area alone. And also you have people who really agree with what he's talking about.
Now, the decision comes in light of the current government shutdown. According to the local news, there says that Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens has ordered an immediate pause on residential evictions, water shutoffs, as the federal lapse in SNAP benefits threatens to leave families without food assistance starting November 1st. About 260,000 people in the metro Atlanta area rely on SNAP benefits. So having the mayor be able to freeze evictions, as well as the ability to freeze individuals whose water bills may lapse, will help a lot of individuals because you have to put food first.
Now, I'm going to get into that because it's important to know the pause on evictions applies only to, number one, city-owned housing, city-sponsored housing, and city-funded housing projects, all right? For example, these are those that are maintained with city rights, and subsidies or direct funding from the mayor's Office of Housing and Community Development. So this will not include independent landlords, apartment complexes, or private property management companies, okay? There's going to be a little bit different.
So I don't apply.
Moratorium. But again,
some free rent,
here's
free
what
water.
I do want to talk about.
So y'all remember my last podcast guest Welby, right? So check out what he did for one of his tenants.
My tenant hasn't paid me rent in about 2 years. She hasn't paid me rent. So she stopped paying me rent before the pandemic. And then, like many people, she used the pandemic as an excuse to justify continuing not to pay me. Well, it's over.
So this is a situation where you had a person that is a black person that had to evict somebody. Now, why am I tying this together? We all saw what happened during COVID, okay? And so some of these people may not live in city-owned housing, city-sponsored housing, or city-funded housing, all right? Not everybody that can get paused on evictions would do this. And the reality is that you do have people that are on Section 8. And unfortunately, if you're a Section 8 landlord or tenant, you cannot qualify for what's going on here, okay? So let's say, for example, if somebody loses their SNAP benefits and this person is, getting reduced housing for Section 8, and so they're using that money to then, spend on food. Well, then Section 8, if you live with Section 8, and that's the federal money, then you may not also get the money either, right? So a lot of the landlords that have invested in some of this property may lose it. And I understand that he's trying to help the city, and I get that certain people need help. But the reality is this: how long have some of these people been on this stuff? All right, because as you can see, if you're on the federal money like SNAP benefits, you just don't get one. You're typically on a whole bunch of stuff. You're on SNAP benefits. You have some level of Section 8, okay? You have some level of city housing. So you're being affected by a whole bunch of this stuff. And so now, some of these people have been on this stuff for years. And again, my family,
Might change my
when we came
colors
from
to
LA back
purple
to
or something like
Sacramento,
that.
or my mom moved to Sacramento from LA, there was a time where we were on, some of these benefits for about like a year and a half. We ended up getting off of those things, right? And the reality is that that's the whole point of this. So do we have people on here who are abusers of the system?
Yeah.
Like, you've been on it for 10 years, you've been on it for 20 years,
Hell yeah.
and now you don't have to pay, the rent to the Atlanta Housing Authority, because again, that's money that they would use for their own tax basis. Somebody is paying for that anyway, okay? And so while he's doing is a good news, and it's good for the community, it's not developing Atlanta, and Atlanta has opportunities. All right, and we're going to keep talking about this. I understand our people need help at times, right? I was a person, our family, when we were younger, we were on this program, okay? So, we used to have the government cheese, that big ass block of cheese. That shit was hard as hell. We was on that welfare powder milk. That powder milk was down bad as hell. I remember those times, okay? But guess what? It comes to a point where you don't have to be on that. And again, there are opportunities out there for you. What are you going to do about it? And again, you should not be a person that is just dusting up the system all day. You just shouldn't be doing that. I'm sorry. I just don't, you know what I mean? And that's the issue. And then saying like, oh, the mayor's doing a good job and he's helping the people out. It's one thing to help the people out, right? But it's another thing for the people to want to help themselves out. And we got to always understand that people are not always going to work to the benefit of the black community. Now, these benefits are not even affecting blacks. The lack of benefits are also affecting whites, okay? You got white people who are not getting these things. And that is important to understand. It is important to know. Not even the white people are getting this, the Hispanics. Everybody's suffering. So at certain points, if you're in a city like Atlanta, Georgia, you're in a place that everybody in the world wants to be. You're in a metropolitan area that got a lot of money, a lot of black business, a lot of stuff. And if you're an able-bodied working adult, at a certain point, can you please tell me why you are not interested in getting your stuff together and getting off the SNAP benefits? Why should the Atlanta Housing be paying for your ass if you done been on Atlanta Housing for damn near 10 years, you done been on Atlanta Housing for 15 years, and you've been out here complaining? That's the issue that I have, right? Our people got a lot of opportunity to do something, and we should not be on it for no 15 damn years, especially you got able bodies.
You want to know why? Because it's easier to look like you balling when you ain't got to pay for
women
the
will tell their
regular
kids,
living expenses.
don't get a job, okay? Because we're gonna lose our Atlanta housing benefits. Okay, if you get a job and start working, we're gonna lose our benefits. So where's that's gonna leave me? Okay, we're gonna be poor. And so then you're telling this young man he might want to work, go out there and change the community, but because mama gonna lose her benefits, he don't need to work. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. Once these black women in Atlanta come across with young black men with this mentality, what are y'all gonna call them? Y'all gonna say they lazy. You're gonna say they don't want to work. All these young black men want to do is live off of women. They can't protect
That's what
no
they're gonna
women.
say.
They can't provide for no women.
That's what they're gonna say.
Exactly what y'all are gonna start to say. Okay, y'all are going.
But anecdotal evidence. My mom, when we first moved out here to Atlanta from San Diego, and we was, from what I understand, man, when I was a little kid, man, we were dirt ass poor. When we moved out to Atlanta, she was in the last couple of years of her marriage. She knew it. Dirt ass poor. My mom went to nursing school through the VA because my dad was in the military. Did she use that nursing anything? Hell no. She didn't apply for government assistance. She didn't even. The requirements were too low. She wasn't able to get it. Subsequently, when I came back from college and I was pretty much on my own, I remember this for a fact, man. I made $825. And the only reason why I made $825 and not $725 was because I worked there before. I've only had 3 jobs in my life. Sounds crazy, but I've only had 3 jobs in my life. And the only reason why I got $825 instead of $725 was because I worked there before. I fit right into the system. I went right back in there to chefing it up. You know what I mean? With $825 an hour, working I think at the time, barely 40 hours a week. I think I had 4 days on, 3 days off or something like that. I didn't qualify. I made too much money. I think my checks were like $620 a pay period. Pay period was 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks I got $625 or something like that. And that was before taxes. And I didn't fit the criteria. I made too much money according to them to even get food stamps. Fuck the other assistance. Just food stamps. I couldn't get food stamps with that. So I'm trying to think, what exactly do these people do or don't do to get food stamps or any kind of government assistance at this point? Like, because if I only made like $587 take home pay a week, that's around $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year or something like that. And I made too much money to get food stamps or government assistance. Then what are these people out here doing? How are they doing it? And on top of that, wearing Louis Vuitton and going on trips and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how? How? How?
To say that a lot, all right? And if you're going to start saying that, then I'm going to tell you one thing.
These
When
people are making less than $12,000 a year.
Don't want to be nothing. You talk to who is responsible. Go and talk to their mom, okay? Go and talk to their mom. Stop blaming.
And then on top of that, it's a disproportionate amount of women that apply and receive. And I think that might be based on the fact that they have custody of the children or whatever like that. But so you just automatically get it whenever you have a kid and you're a single mom? That's weird too.
Everything on these young black men. Okay. If these young black men, y'all feel like they don't want to, you got to go and now all of a sudden you got to go and date a white man now because dealing with these black men is such a pain in the ass. This is how you find out who is the pain in the ass. All right. And these programs are really stifling a lot of our young black men because they don't want to be anything. You know, some of them come out of these situations where they feel like somebody gonna always take care of them. They not getting after it. The community is not developing. We're not working with each other. We're not getting anything. Because, you know, hey, we're getting bailed out. Okay, you get your food stamps cut out. You ain't got to pay your rent or you ain't got to pay your water. And so imagine being a 15-year-old or 16-year-old and being stuck in that same situation. So then you want to come out and then blame these guys. It just doesn't make any sense. So guys,
it never did.
Boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson.
It never did. It never made sense.
Of Industrial Junk.
Because we're getting blamed for using services that we're never actually able to use. Like, how many men do you know of that are on food stamps or have government assistance of any sort? I don't know any. Like, any. And these are single fathers I'm talking about. These are people that haven't had jobs for a long period of time. None of them.
A woman who doesn't hustle for her own money will never understand the value of yours. And she will have very unrealistic expectations from you.
My money is my money and his money is our money.
Right back.
You can be a CEO, you can be a doctor, and date a man that's going to provide for you.
Men shouldn't date broke women.
Because the truth is, plenty of women have built their dream lives with their husbands who started with nothing because they chose men of integrity.
All the women talking about, well, he's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the head of the household. Being the leader, being the head does not mean that he has to be perfect.
It doesn't make a man any less than if he can't pay 100% of the bills.
I can see that a lot of ladies that don't agree with my mentality, which is to be with a man that is a provider, don't agree with me because they think that by me telling them to be with a man that provides, it's the same thing as me telling them to be codependent and to rely financially on a man. Have you guys ever heard the saying, my money is my money and his money is our money? That's what I mean. You can be a CEO, you can be a doctor, and date a man that's going to provide for you. And what I don't understand is how women in 50-50 relationships always say, well, I want to keep my independence. When in reality, you're a lot more independent when you're saving up all of your money while your man is paying for everything. Because let's be honest, people that are in 50-50 relationships are not going to live based on one person's income. What do I mean by this? So let's say individually, each of them are willing to spend $1,800 on rent. They're not going to get an $1,800 apartment. Since they have a 50-50 relationship, they're each going to put $1,800 and they're going to end up living in an apartment that's $3,600. So now they're living in an apartment that neither of them could afford by themselves.
What? Why would you get a $3,600 apartment? Like, that made no sense. They're not gonna get one that's $1,800. They're gonna get one that's $3,600. Where are you living? What part of the world are you living in? Are you living in New York? Are you living in LA? Like, where? Because there's not too many $3,600 apartments across these waters. No matter where you go, you can find them in rich places, New York, and maybe you can find things that price in Atlanta and some places, some areas. Stop it. Let me let her finish, though. I'm gonna let her finish.
No.
Meanwhile, the girl that's being provided for and the one that's being codependent is able to use her money for investments to start new businesses.
He tripping. You can find a $3,600 a month apartment all over the place. They might be a little high rises, might be a little bit of gated communities. You might even have a damn rental property or something that you're renting off of somebody. But you can find a $3,600 a month situation. Now, why would you do that? Because there's dumbass women out here like this with girl math that'll make you feel like you're less than if you don't. But I digress.
To invest in herself and has saved up months worth of bills in the bank. A lot of creators like me always get the question, oh, well, what if he were to leave you? I would be just fine. But now, what if the guy in the 50-50 relationship would have left the girl? The girl can't afford the apartment by herself. The
Why
girl
would she
in the
need to?
50-50
She would have to
relationship
move.
does not have nearly as much savings.
Why would she need to worry about a $3,600 a month apartment that we got together? We're both moving. Nobody's going to keep this place. Why would you keep the place? You bought the place on the contingency that we're going to be together. Why the hell would you keep the place when you're no longer together? That's stupid. That's dumb. Unless I'm missing something. Am I missing something?
As the other one because she's in a 50-50 relationship. She's required to
Am I
pay
missing something?
stuff every single month. In her relationship, she's actually required to use her own money. If the girl in the
No, it doesn't work like that. And that may happen. Hey, I'll say it like this. Some of you ladies will get lucky. That's why in one of my last videos, the man said simps are ruining the date market because they are, right? But for the most part, most men, it doesn't matter if you're gonna be okay because he didn't go 50-50. How selfish is that? I understand if the guy is rich. They don't walk around like every man they're gonna meet is gonna be rich. That's not the case. You're gonna meet a guy that may have it all together. He may be smart. He probably has an e-commerce store. There are some guys out there like that, but that's not a lot of people. And so you ladies have to live in hopes that you find that guy. But a lot of times, the guy is just trying to please you. And a lot of times doing that, he's going to end up hurting alone.
50-50 relationship, gets fired, she needs to find a job quickly because her man can't afford both their lifestyles because he's used to being in a 50-50 relationship. Meanwhile,
no, if it's 50-50, then you should have ample enough money on the side to be able to at least handle the minimum until I get back up on my feet. The thing is that there is no woman in womandom in all of history that's going to go a completely conservativeship role where they don't pay a damn thing and they actually have money enough to pay for a damn thing. Most women, when they have a situation where they're not being responsible for anything financially, are not going to do anything financially responsible because they have absolutely no reason to do so. More times than most, if you have a situation where the man is paying for everything, the woman does nothing but house labor. So how are you going to pay for anything if I were to fall on hard times and you don't know anything besides house labor? What, are you going to go be a maid somewhere? No, you're not going to do that. You're just going to sit over there and twiddle your thumbs and be mad because you can't go out here and do whatever you want to do like you've been doing for the last umpteenth years for free. And as soon as you have to go put the pedal to the metal, put foot to asphalt, you're going to start trying to find a way to get out of it because now this is just too much. That's what happens. And I mean, this could just be like situations I've seen or situations I've went through, but very seldomly are you going to find a woman that's going to want to get up off that damn couch and go from not doing something to beating her feet on that pavement to go get some shit done. Very seldomly you're going to find that. So I don't know what kind of person she is, but I'm pretty sure that she's probably not going to do that either. Especially with the mindset of my money is my money and your money is our
the girl
money.
being provided for has the time to look for a job that she's actually going to enjoy.
Run.
Or even start her own business. If the girl in the 50-50 relationship gets really, really sick or she gets pregnant, well, that sucks. You got to work while you're 9 months pregnant.
No. That's why you live in a situation that's below your means. You live like my mom tried to do this when she was engaged not too long ago. She had met a dude or whatever like that. They were on the same kind of timing. She had her own house. He had his own house. Both her kids, everybody had grown kids. I'm my mom's only kid. He had a son and a daughter, and both of them were grown. Okay. They were looking for a home equivalent to the highest paid person out of the group. And they were attending on still splitting it and doing whatever they were going to do. Okay. You know how easy it will be to split an $1,800 rent when you're making $5,400 a month separately? That's 10 grand together. You know how easy that would be? And I mean, these are ballpark figures. I'm not out here actually telling people's real numbers or anything like that. But even when I was in a relationship and I didn't make my ex-fiance pay 50 smooth down the middle. No, I paid all the utilities and I asked her to pay half of the rent. Now, if anything happened, which it did at one point in time, she went back to school, I was still able to pay the full amount of the rent and the utilities. And that's only because we lived in a situation in which either one of us could have made the payments, but we're just splitting them straight down the middle so everybody can have bread. Like, is it that hard to understand and comprehend? just live below your means, the best bang for your buck. That way, if anything does happen, either way, either person can handle it without any issues at all. Why would you want to be jobless in your 20s? To do what? You're going to be in a relationship and have just all this absorbent funds just sitting around for what? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Or you gotta work while you're sick because you got bills to pay. She doesn't have anyone that she can rely on.
Why?
Meanwhile, the girl being provided for can take off all 9 months of pregnancy off if she wants to because she has someone that she knows she can rely on.
You can do that if you had somebody.
And
What?
knowing you can rely on someone are two different things. So you tell me, in this situation, who's more independent?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
I've asked a lot of my guy friends their opinions on men going 50-50 with women, and their answers are very interesting. So the guys I've asked, they're from different age group, different income levels, different career backgrounds, and at first they would tell me going 50-50 with women is reasonable nowadays. Also, it depends on the stage of your relationship. Sometimes I pay, sometimes she pays. You know, relationship is about two people getting to know each other, supporting each other, growing together, which are totally understandable and valid points. And then I asked them, if you meet a girl that is absolutely your dream, being with her will make you the happiest person on earth, would you go 50-50 with her? And they all went silent. After a very long pause, every one of them said, no. And then they're finally being honest with me. They said from a guy's perspective, if they meet a girl they really like, going 50-50 with her would make them embarrassing and humiliating. That kind of idea would not even come across their mind. They will try to do everything to impress her. If they don't have money won't be the problem. They will find a way. So ladies, listen, if you want to go 50-50 with a guy, this is exactly what they're thinking about.
No, you're living in Delulu land. And the guys that you're friends with are hardcore simps on the low.
Exactly.
Who probably, most likely, are struggling with money. Why do I say that? Because this is how I see it. Living in the West is not easy, right? Unless you're a opportunity-minded guy. What I mean by that is you're a guy that searches opportunities and not jobs, right? I was able to find an opportunity outside of the West, because living there, a lot of times you're stuck in a rat race. I need to do this to survive. I have to do that to survive. Before you know it, you're a slave. And that's why living outside, to me, I feel like is breaking out of the matrix, because there's a lot of other things that goes into that. I break it down with guys when I have consultations about working at home. But yeah, and ladies like this will leave you stuck in that mindset, that slave mindset. See, you ladies
have you out here broken in destitution.
But not you, your ancestors.
Begging and pleading for some coochie.
For quality. This is their quality. You want it. Now, we came to a time where they don't want that. They don't want that, right? Nope. They want to live scot-free. But listen, ladies, that provider mindset, it's done.
Those days are over.
Cool.
It died over 20 years ago.
Those days are
over.
over.
Some guys out there that'll do it, but not many.
So look down on. Because you say you want love, but the moment that the package arrives in front of you and it's not dripping in money, you look down on it as if it's beneath you. And let's be clear, I'm not talking about the man that doesn't want to work. He has no vision, no effort, no plan. Because I know how y'all love to say, you know, I'm not Barbara the Builder. No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the man that does want to work. He is trying. He is working on building something bigger. Because the truth is, plenty of women have built their dream lives with their husbands who started with nothing because they chose men of integrity. And a man of character is going to look at the woman who stood by him and not abandon her. He's going to honor her. So the problem isn't building with a man. It's building with the wrong man. Big difference. And since we're talking about this, while we're here, let me address another huge lie. You know, if I help him, then that makes him my roommate. No. A roommate splits bills and a helpmate builds legacies. There's a huge difference here.
Let me learn you something right quick in case your mama never did, because mine didn't. I had to learn this on my own. You don't get a thing for helping a man in his lowest times. You get absolutely nothing. You don't get a reward for that. When he get up, he gonna get gone. just know that he might not even like you no more, because men be in their feelings when women got more money than them and more sense than them, more intelligence than them, more ideas.
The only time when men, well, I mean, I can't count for all men, but the only time when I'm personally feeling some kind of way about a woman making more money than me is when she needs more than I do from me, or when she needs more from me financially, but she's the one that's making all the bread. Now, if you come up here and you just do what you got to do, and then we kicking it, we having a good time, I'm paying for dates or whatever like that, whatever I can provide, I can do that. But then when it comes down to the point where I'm actually going hand over foot trying to make sure that you're straight because you continuously in situations, but you making more money than me, then I'm gonna start feeling some kind of way. Now, why the fuck are you broke all the time when you the one making more money than me? And you're gonna keep flaunting in my face that you're making more money than me. But I'm the one out here putting money in hand continuously to make sure that you straight, but you make more money than me and you want to keep shitting on me all the time. That's when shit gets weird. Cause if you make more money than me, why the hell am I one paying for your damn for your bills? Y'all like kebabs. What the fuck is a kebab? Talking about like meat on a stick? That's a weird question. It's a real odd question.
He'll suck all your energy out and suck all your good intentions
The biddly bop
out and leave you high and dry. And he'll be up and you'll be down. The transfer of energy.
Nah, bro,
is
meat
insane.
in the bread. Turkish. I've never had that before.
Because that's how you become a
Never
man.
had that before.
When you learn how to figure shit out on your
Emergency, go back.
own. Let them do it.
See, this right here is a nightmare.
Yeah, I've never had it before.
And this is what the last lady was talking about. You keep getting with men that are no good. I'm looking at your look, the way you look. I'm looking at your hair. I'm looking at your weight. And I know what kind of men you're getting. Losers.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you're putting it on every man and you're telling this to the internet.
Is it good?
And you're dealing with losers. Let me let the lady finish up with you.
What kind of meat and what kind of bread? Like it's a sandwich?
One another, building together, and covering one another.
Mm.
It doesn't make a man
Bradford,
any less
UK.
than if he can't
Come to
pay 100%
Rashid's
of the
Kebab
bills.
House.
And it doesn't
5%
make
discount
you
on
any
all
less
viewers, bro.
valuable if you contribute.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
shallow love. That's smart love, and that's partnership.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
Teamwork, right?
And here's what gets me. Women love to say, don't help a man, because once he makes it, he'll leave you for somebody else. Do you even hear how contradictory that sounds? I mean, really listen, because y'all talk about broke men as if they're the only ones that leave, as if rich men can't exercise their countless options, right? Like as if they can't trade you in for someone younger or prettier or more convenient in any way. Money doesn't guarantee loyalty. Character does. Because you out here talking about, oh, I'd rather cry in a mansion.
Bradford,
But why
UK.
cry?
Okay.
I mean, really, if a
I'll
man
keep
is
that
your
in
sole
mind, man, because I am planning on
by
going
that
to the
very logic you're speaking, he
Europe
also has the ability
soon.
to starve you the moment that he
I think
decides he doesn't want
middle
you
of next year.
And that's not love, that's dependency. So if you never find a man who can pay all of your bills, you would rather stay single forever. So you would rather carry 100% of the load alone than to
I'm
get with somebody who can
90%
meet
sure
you
I'm probably going to try to go
halfway, where you can
to
save more, invest more,
London
and grow
again,
more with two
but
incomes
I can't
than
call
you ever
it.
could by yourself. Ladies, please hear me.
I don't know exactly
No
where
one is promoting
geographically
struggle. What I'm
Bradford,
saying
UK
is building with
is in
someone is
comparison
not
to that,
struggle.
but
It's strategy. Marriage is partnership and reciprocity. It's not just you sitting pretty while he serves you. It's the two of you serving each other. You've got to stop confusing provision with protection, because money can buy comfort, but only character can build love. And if all you want is money, don't be surprised when all you ever get is pain.
Don't you agree, Mr. Feather? Word.
uh-oh. Don't do it. Cheesy, don't do it. Don't. I want to get this Tiso, man. This Tiso is sexy. Nah, fuck London. Come to Bradford up north. My kebab's the best.
Ladies, be careful
And a free
of the help
chocolate
that
bar.
you give a man,
100.
because later on that help might end up hurting you. There are a lot of women that I know that have dealt with men, and they take it upon themselves to help, You know, if you with a man and I know you care about him, so you feel like, okay, well, I can do this, I can do that. But that man has not asked you. And that's the same exact thing he's going to tell you once you feel like you didn't got played or whatever it is that you've done for him. He's not reciprocating nor does he appreciate. You're going to throw it in his face like, well, I did this and you ain't did this and blah, blah, blah. And he going to turn around and say, well, did I ask you? I didn't ask you to do that. You did that because you wanted to. You know, a lot of the times we'll take it upon ourselves to, you know, initiate some type of help that was not asked of us. But then we feel like, okay, well, I did this out the kindness of my heart, you know, and then you can't depend on that same man, or either he'll take the help without even really appreciating it. He'll take it. And then once he done got on his feet, he'll sit up there and act like you ain't never did nothing for him. Listen, struggle
because a lot of the times men are going to take for granted what you're doing for them in lieu of you doing something for them. Why would I act like you did something for me just out the kindness of your own heart if you're looking for reciprocation at the end of the day? I mean, don't get me wrong. Reciprocation is rule number one. But if you're making me a sandwich today because Friday you want to go to Roof Chris, that's not equal. That's not laws of equivalency, the equivalent exchange. That's not what that is. If I was broke today and you was able to go get me my haircut, and then while you're up next week and I go get your hair done and you ask me to go get your hair done and you got the money in your pocket, you just don't want to spend it. That's not the same. If you're doing something in lieu of a favor coming back towards you, then it's not out of the kindness of your own heart. You're doing it in lieu of a favor coming back. And that's not what relationships are built on. So you can kill that.
brings character. A lot of females are enabling these weak ass men. That's why they can't really get their together, because they know that they can lean on you. Let that man struggle on his own to get his shit together, because I promise you that help that you trying to get that man, it's going to hurt you later on. And a lot of women, when they enter these relationships or they deal with these men, the first thing y'all want to do is just name drop all your credentials, talk about yourself, and tell the man everything that you got. You're not doing nothing but setting your own self up to be used. You want to bring them to your house, show them how you live, and that man is rubbing his hands like Birdman, seeing how he can manipulate and get what you got. Hey, look, baby, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I live in the projects.
That ain't the kind of dude
IRS got me for $500,000. That ain't cap though. But
that
seriously,
kind of
I don't come
anyway,
into relationships. I don't deal with men bragging about the things that I have, because I know.
And again, the only reason why you're dealing with, or the only reason why you're able to talk about people like this, is because that's what you deal with. You deal with men that are in destitution and they need you because that's your leg up. And if anything goes wrong in the midst, then you can say, oh, well, he was a brokey anyways. I don't know why I gave him a chance. It's always going to go back to something of that nature. Deal with somebody with some kind of standards, some kind of lifestyle before they met you, and I guarantee you would have to have those issues. But they're not going to do that because they can't manipulate them. They can't manipulate those guys because they have everything they want already besides a woman. So if you come along and you come up here with some all this bogus shit, they're going to look at you like you crazy. And they don't want to be looked at like they're crazy, no matter how crazy they are. Goofy as fuck.
How opportunistic these men are. I ain't got shit. It ain't nothing you can get from me but a couple of laughs. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women overcompensate or want to tell everything that they got going on, thinking that they trying to impress a man. Who the said that we got to impress these men out here?
You did.
I'm telling you. A lot of women set themselves up to be used because the first thing you want to do is talk about yo MBA, yo this and that, yo blah, blah, blah. You know, I got this and my parents left me this. I'm broke, baby. I don't even wear like all my stuff. Like I don't try to dress all fancy and wear all of my designer or my jewelry, anything when I'm first dating a man. I want him to think that I'm just, regular. That way he don't get no Birdman thoughts in his hand. He be rubbing together like Birdman, dealing with a lot of you women because you want to come off as Oprah Winfrey. I ain't got it, baby. I'm broke. You know, but y'all gonna do what you want to do, because a lot of women feel like they gotta spend the money on men just to be able to be in their presence. You females have really messed it up for the real and regular women out here like myself that ain't spending a dime. And then you'll try to say, well, you know, we do for each other. Yeah, you done paid for a trip to St. Lucia, Bora Bora. That nigga ain't did nothing but took you to Great America. Yeah, y'all, this equal, ain't it? Please. I can't compete with no female spending.
Look, again, this goes back to the earlier video. If I'm paying 100% of the bills and all the money is for you, then you better be doing something. I.e., vacations. It's the least you could do. Now, of course, I'm not gonna let you go just scot-free. I'm not gonna go up there and just act like I'm in the lap of luxury and I ain't doing nothing, kicking my feet up and ain't paying for a damn thing while we on vacation. But don't act like I'm over here paying all the bills. I'm doing all the work. You doing a little dibbling and dabbling just so you can have a little bread in your pocket, and then you gonna come out and act like it's an issue for you to go pay for the trip. Like, the fuck are we talking about?
Money on the man, because that's not what I do. But 100% of the women that I know are out here with that sugar mama energy, with the feel like they got to be Captain Saving for these men, that help and all the things that you all end up doing for these men, number one, will not be appreciated, and you will feel hurt behind all of that. Man, let that man earn your love. Let that man earn you. You want to try to prove yourself to these men. Man, please. Hey, baby, I ain't got it. I'm broke. Good luck.
Let the man earn you, but don't show that you're worth earning. That is preached. Again, it's being preached by so many, and they don't see the issue. Same thing as the last lady. How did she present herself? You may come across like you have money, but to be real with you, sister, a man may feel the kind of guys that you will attract will not be the right guys most of the time. I'm not going to say you can't. I can't say that to anybody, because there are a lot of thirsty guys out there. But you're going to get the kind of guys that'll see you as an opportunity. You can go out dressed like that, and a man may see you as an opportunity. So, to be honest with you, me, myself, as a man, I don't see that it's worth it to even try to be dating any of them. I got my wife already, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense at all. Why? Because give me.
Right.
I'll never give you. She brought up Great America, but that's the energy. Make them earn us.
Sleeves up.
If all you
vibe
so
we can get to the destination and the goals that we set, then that's the wrong woman for you. Like, no real woman that loves you is gonna sit back and just watch you struggle and not try to help at all. Because a lot of women will just be like, okay, well, you'll figure it out. If not, oh well, then we ain't gonna get there. That type of situation. But the real women, like, they gonna be ready to roll up their sleeves. Baby, what do you need? Well, how can I help? Like, do I need to go to the store and get some things? Or do I need to research something? Or, like, what is it that you need? So we can get to the destination that we're trying to get to. Instead of watching you get to the destination or watching you fail to get to the destination and then blaming you for it. You know, it has to be a team. Like, your partner is your teammate. Y'all in this thing together. Y'all working towards whatever it is that y'all working towards. Everybody's relationship different, but whatever it is that y'all working towards, your woman need to be willing to roll up her sleeves and get dirty to get there. And if she not, you need to wrap that up and go find a woman who is.
Video that I made. So a lot of people tried to come for me yesterday because of the video that I made. I mean, y'all was calling me a pick-me. Y'all was saying I'm seeking men validation. Like, dang. First off, I want to say I use that term raising a man because women use it as a blanket statement. There are some women out there who see even simply helping a man as raising one. I have also been married for almost 8 years now. So everything that I share about marriage is not just from my flesh. These are experiences. This is wisdom from God. And secondly, I'm in a marriage that has an assignment on it. So I've been through some things, because if you know you got an assignment from God, or if you're on assignment from God, there is warfare. I also want to say my husband and I got married when we were 20 years old. So we literally grew up together, and God showed me how to love that man, how to help that man, how to truly be a wife. And I saw the woman talking about, well, he's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the head of the household. Being the leader, being the head does not mean that he has to be perfect. Leadership is not about perfection. Leadership is about remaining teachable. Leadership is about being in a position where you can listen to some advice and wisdom from your wife or other people so that you can walk into the role God equipped you for. Leadership is not just about being financially equipped either. He is also leading you spiritually. He also needs to be in a place where he can pray over you and pray over his family. So there's a lot that goes into being a leader, and it's not just the surface level, his credit and his money. A lot of people wanted to bring it back to the Bible, which is cool with me, but we also got to recognize that in the Bible, God chose a lot of men to be leaders that on the outside didn't look qualified. Look at David. David was a shepherd boy who then became a king. So to expect perfection from a married man or your husband just because he has this label of a leader or head of the household, God doesn't even do that. God doesn't even look for perfection. God doesn't choose perfection. God will literally choose the unqualified and make them qualified. So who are we as women to try to go out and seek perfection in a man just because of this position that he has to hold? Now, there are wealthy and famous men out there right now who, when they get up on stage to accept an award, they are thanking their wives. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I was. Now, do you think all those men, all those years ago, had everything all put together? You think their credit was intact? You think they had finances? Do you think they knew how to really cover a woman? You know what I'm saying? Probably not. But that woman was able to see what was in him. She was able to see the potential. Yes, the potential. And she helped him. And she didn't see helping him as raising him. She didn't see, oh, I'm going to help you get your credit up as raising a man. She didn't see, oh, your finances aren't the best as, oh, I'm raising you. She saw, look, babe, I see how determined you are. I see your drive. You got to also remember, a lot of men don't have the blueprint. And when it comes to the things like picking up his clothes or doing his laundry, baby, as a wife, that's what you're going to have to do sometimes.
Real talk.
That man may be too busy to wash his clothes all the time. That man may come home and he's tired and he want to throw his socks on the floor. Okay, but look at his character. Is he trying to do better? Is he excelling? Is he still teachable? Is he still trying to provide for you? As women, we got to make sure that we're understanding the difference between a character trait and just habits that can be learned and changed. So I'm not a pick-me, I'm a girl's girl. And as a girl's girl, it's important for me to try to tell other women, like, look, we cannot just doubt men as a collective. Because the truth is, we need them and they need us. Let's just be real about it.
I'm not gonna always serve you. You have the need for this control thing, like I'm gonna serve you, you're my master. No, that's not how it works. No, I think you're wrong.
That mentality is why men is going out and dating other women, bro.
I just got home from work, he just got home from work. I haven't sat down. I go immediately to the kitchen, start cooking.
Can I get this straight?
He's laying down watching TV, chilling.
Can I get
so you're telling me I also gotta go serve him and bring him the plate? Come on, like.
These are the people that sit up here on these dumbass podcasts coming up with all these dumbass hypothetical situations on what they would do or what they would not do for their husband and for their wives, and this shit is so stupid. They're literally sitting over here arguing about a plate, man. Making your husband a plate, making your wife a plate. Like, what are we talking about here? Making your husband or your wife a plate, serving your husband or your wife shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. Just make the damn plates, whoever. Doesn't matter. As long as everybody eats. This only becomes an issue for people that are selfish. Only a selfish person is going to be like, well, I did X, Y, and Z. I'm tired. You should do this for me. But when you're not a selfish person and you actually like, love, and respect the person that you with, making a plate whether you're tired or not is not a big deal. You don't care. This is not an issue for people that actually love and like and respect the person that they're with. Y'all don't be liking the people that you're with. Y'all don't even want to be doing the simplest things for them. There's times when I make plates. There's times when my wife makes plates. There's times when I'm ready to eat and she's not ready to eat. So I'll cook, put the plates away, and then she can eat later. Like, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna, as long as everybody eats, man. Like, damn. The people in these podcasts and the people that listen to this dumb shit, you will never be in relationships because you're focused on the wrong goddamn things. Plain and simple. And the dude in the beginning talking about these are the reason why men are going to other women. You going to other women outside of your race, passport bros and all that shit because your wife won't make you a plate? Come on, man.
Didn't you get the memo?
Your wife ain't supposed to be your goddamn servant. And if y'all both working, you shouldn't expect this all the time from your wife.
I gotta stop him right there. See, because what he's not understanding It's like something is missing. A screw is missing in his head because he doesn't see what's happening out there. I see it though. I say it all the time. And me, I'm a passport bro. Why? Because I didn't trust. Number one, I didn't trust getting married. He was lucky. But you know what? You know what very well can happen. There's a very high risk. Things change. They're not the same. And then he wonders 10 years down the line, oh, all these things were happening for a reason. He looks very young. I'm 44 years old. I saw it all, right? So for him to bash men and what they're talking about is crazy because he doesn't understand what's happening. Is those ladies really didn't want to serve a man. And what they were talking about, they see serving a man as like a crime. Oh, no, I'm not serving you. He didn't understand that. That's the argument nowadays. That's what the whole gender war is about. He doesn't even understand what feminism is about. He doesn't understand why it was created. Lost. And to bash these guys like that, it's crazy.
Guys, stop dating broke women with high standards. Yes, I said what I said. Listen, a woman who doesn't hustle for her own money will never understand the value of yours. She'll just drain you mentally, emotionally, and financially, and she will have very unrealistic expectations from you. Listen, the worst combination for a partner is one that is broke, lazy, and entitled. Matter of fact, that's not even a partner. That's a liability. If you want peace, purpose, and progress, get yourself a woman with vision, a woman who's building her own, not just somebody who's waiting to spend your money. Guys, he who has ears, let them hear. Leave those broke, unmotivated ladies alone.
Men shouldn't date broke women. Men shouldn't date broke women because what does broke people do? They bring chaos. They bring confusion. They bring anger. They bring jealousy. And they bring entitlement. If you're dating somebody who's broke, how would you ever make more money? How would you ever grow past that ceiling? How would you ever leave your comfort zone? That's why men shouldn't date broke women and women shouldn't date broke men. Because if you're broke, that's a reflection of your character. If you're broke, that's a reflection of your ambition. That's a reflection of your laziness because we all have the same 24 hours. It's so many ways to get money. It's so many ways to get money. So people should have that standard of not dating broke people, not because you are being money hungry, you want to take their money, but you looking at this person's character. So if you're dating somebody with that type of mindset and with that type of finances to show for it, that says everything. I was broke before. My whole family was broke before. But my character, my willpower, my discipline made me get up every single day and find different ways to make money. I was doing hair. I was selling chips and candy at school. Then I started a digital business. Now I'm 21. I made over $1 million. And I was broke before. But my character pulled me out of that situation and made something out of nothing. Right? And then I teach people how to not be broke. I teach people how to create digital offers and sell online. So like when they post and get likes and views and comments, people going to buy their stuff. I'll tell you about that in the caption. But I'm just saying that to say, you have a chance to make money. So don't get offended by this. You have a chance. You have a chance to make money. But when you're dating, don't date broke people. Period.
What she said, she's right. Right? Everybody does have 24 hours. And I feel the same way as well. Everyone has the same 24 hours, whether it's a man or a woman. A lot of people don't try, right? And there's so many different ways. I show guys just even talking to AI. Do you know how much you can get a bag using AI? I use it for everything. I use it for my thumbnails. I use it for working online. I use it for ideas. I use it to create systems. I use it to have AI agents working for me. And I teach this to guys. And as she was selling something, I'm selling something as well. You want to know more? Definitely check out my comments or my link down in the description. Other than that, thank y'all for watching. Peace out. See you next video.
Goofy.
Break free with the new Opera GX, the browser that puts you
Big Goofy.
So
here we go, begging culture.
Apparently we have a begging epidemic in the UK. Black British women have gone viral for begging. The American girlies seen it, they're shocked. They're getting second-hand embarrassment. They can't believe what the hell is going on. This is funny.
Have you guys seen on Twitter that whole discourse about women begging for... I'm so disappointed. The women are begging men for money and they have receipts. It's a whole thread. It's yuck. It's giving yuck. It's giving me
I'm hearing 2-3
mental
kids
distress.
screaming and
Mental
crying in the
distress,
back.
bro. Because
You can't talk about shit.
what we've lost this one still. We've lost this one bad, and I don't know. I don't know how to fight. I don't know how she makes her money. Apparently begging. I don't know.
That's where you've seen a little tweet where someone's talking about how transactional the Black British girls are when it comes to dating. And someone quote tweeted and was like, I feel like y'all are exaggerating. There is a thread of men with their proof of the girl is begging. And I'm not gonna lie, had I not seen any of the proof, I would have been like, well, duh, men are exaggerating. But what I've seen, guys, and what's even more appalling is that some of the begging has no type of please in it. It's, hey, clear my shin card. Hey, pay for my nails. I'm not gonna get a return. I'll send you a picture. Sat there and read through some of this proof and I said, I refuse to believe this is AI. I still don't believe it. I think it's AI. There is no way in this world some girlies are begging like that.
Yeah,
I think
no,
it's AI, and I'm
at
gonna
all,
just stick
'cause
by
I
that.
got evidence
I
here.
refuse to believe it. Also, I did see there was one guy who tried to put his as a contender as proof, and everybody's dragging him because he's like, no, you're just cheap. You want a girl to meet you on a date, and she was like, oh, well, she needs a ride on Uber. I think it was like, what, 10 pounds or something? And he was like, well, you could just take the tube. Baby, we not,
let's see,
you're not part of the conversation.
I
You're
can
just cheap.
scroll down.
But the rest, I think it's AI. It has to be.
Scroll down
Look, as someone who lives in the UK, I've never experienced anything like this. Again, a lot of these situations, the men have to take accountability. There are a lot of men who like a specific type of woman, and they're so easily avoided. They all look the same. They're the baddie. Yeah, the baddie. They be begging. Yeah, they be begging. They be on yachts. They be doing all that shit. Just avoid them.
Yeah, okay, man, this might take a minute because I haven't been on Hinge in a long time.
Instagram,
but
it's kind of what they like, so they get caught up in this nonsense.
Let's see.
But look, we got a video here by Faddy Streams. We're gonna play some of it where he's reading the receipts. Okay, if you guys want to watch the full video, link in the description. This shit is hilarious, bro. This shit nasty.
Bro, the amount of Black British women dating transactionally these days is crazy. Right now, this thread is going crazy on Twitter, and I'm gonna show y'all. Not being funny, I feel like men exaggerate this. Honestly, I don't think the girlies are out there are being beggy like you claim they are. And I've just seen so many people screenshot their conversations with women. Like, if I go to view quotes, like, bro, look, how's your day going? I ended up eating a salad. That sounds good. What kind did you get? Salmon. I'm going to have to try that. Are you having a good day so far? Yes, I am. You could have at least offered to pay for my lunch or offered to reimburse me. ... Like madness. Why is this happening? Hey, louder and better than the others. This is actually a good one. Hi, send money and I'll believe you. I'm fine with you not believing me. Oh, wow. Hey, can you pay for my nails, please? Off the first message?
Off the first message, yeah.
This is bot behavior. Is this a bot? It has to be.
No.
Off the first match? What? Wait, let me zoom into her picture and see if she's a baddie. She's one of those. You see, this is one of those. Like, why do you have blonde weave? Like, let's be for real. Avoid. I've already. There's no chance of us matching. I would never like her profile. She one of those. Okay, one of the baddies. But come on, man. Off the first match.
Yeah, these tricks be going back and covering their
Wait, what's the
tracks.
reply?
They be deleting shit.
I'll send you. Wait, let's see.
In exchange, I'll send you a pic when they're done. I would, but broke bitches make me nervous. That's what I'm saying. This is an insane thread right now. Going around making scenes on Twitter. How are you, Facundo? I'm good, and you? Good. Would you like to send some money so I can get a takeout? Impossible. I present to you Exhibit A. Can you do me a favor? Go for it. Well, I was wondering if you could send me 70, please. I really want my hair done. It's okay. It's not. If not, though, just thought I'd ask. I would be open to actually doing so if we've met and spoken more often, etc. I just can't send money to someone I've never met, if you feel me. No, I get you. That makes sense.
Break it down.
I'm open to meeting people I feel like I can depend on, so I guess we're at a bit of a crossroads.
This is nasty, man. This is nasty. How do you not feel like you're speaking to a bot trying to get money out of you? Why are you entertaining the conversation past what she said? This is the problem with men. This is the problem with men. Willing to put up with so much bullshit. You've never met her, or you've met her once, and she's asking you for money, and you're entertaining oh, I would do that if... No shit, you would do that if she was your girlfriend. Duh, but she's not, and she's asking you for money. End the conversation. End the conversation. What's there to talk about?
So you feel like when you can't depend on me because I didn't give you money? No, but you haven't shown me any dependability thus far, even when I gave you an opening. It's cool though, not everyone's like that, so I completely understand. Holy manipulation. The opening being me sending you money? Yes, I wanted some help, so I asked you.
Oh my god, the conversation's still going on. This nigga's a bitch. I'm sorry, this nigga's a bitch, man. He's still talking. Oh my god.
You seem offended by the fact I'm confused. I didn't ask you to chop your arm off. It's fine though. You're just not that guy. You're just not that guy?
That sounds crazy.
Nope, not offended at all, to be honest. It's just I'm quite surprised that you're trying to gaslight me into giving you financial nourishment. I'm sure I'm not the only person you've tried this with as well, but I genuinely hope I'm the last and that you learn there are better ways of earning money. All the best. This is like an endless black hole of thirst. It's back-to-back scenes. If we can't do the bare minimum, what's the bare minimum in this case? Everything? I don't know. Like, I just want to wake up and be like, I want coffee and it's being delivered to my house, or like with the nail thing, like I want to be like my nails and I've already been Apple cashed, but I forgot we live in 2025. Men want princess treatment too. Wow, bro. Wow, bro. These women are madness. Hell no, I ain't begging for no money on the internet. I get paid by old men to go to dinners. Prostitution.
Right.
Prostitution. First day meeting her, by the way. Okay, let's see what she said first day meeting. Want to get my Shein cart? What is that? What is Shein? Why you capitalize it so much? I know what Shein is. I think someone owe me my Shein cart. Wow, you hate me. My cart only $200. Only is funny. When ends pay me, I'll slide some. We can go half. Okay. Is that too little? What you want me to say? LOL. I may have read the LOL okay wrong. Dog, why did you even suggest go half? For what?
Cause he's a simp. Clear as it, and she probably a baddie.
I may have read LOL okay wrong. That's how I envisioned it. No, I don't want to go half, but I will because I still want the clothes. What the bitch, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my face. The fact that this motherfucker is even suggesting. This guy is a lame as fuck for even suggesting to go half. How long did he know Shorty for? First day meeting her? Fauzia. Let's see what the fuck she... Oh, the emoji is literally doing this for money.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry. It gets to a point where it's the man's fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It gets to a point where it's your fault. Like this is
they've been deleting shit.
These women are so
chicks has been deleting their whole profile.
You have
and
to
shit.
actively want these women for them to pop up. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is a good one right here, man. This is a good one right here. I remember this one specifically, man. Okay, so I hit this chick up on Hinge. Y'all can see I'm on the purple app, y'all. I'm on the purple app. And it basically breeds we actually talk for days because I like to slow burn these bitches. I ain't gonna flex you. I slow burn the fuck out these hoes. Good morning. She hit me with a good morning. I say, good morning, Miss Pretty Lips. How you doing on this rainy morning? Good. Pretty good. Possibly about to order some breakfast. Nice. What you ordering? I'm just gonna eat this English muffin and some coffee. I sound old as fuck. Probably Waffle House or Milk and Honey. I have to see what my account looking like. I feel that Milk and Honey ain't that the Keith Lee place. Yeah, no, he went to the real Milk and Honey. I go to the Milk and Honey, and it's two different places. Okay, I got you. Yeah. What do you usually get from there? She says salmon or waffles or their biscuits. And I was like, I'm not going to elaborate because if my account not matching, I'm going to feel some type of way because I can't get it today. Okay, I'll keep that in mind and I might pull up on them on my off day or something. Okay, have a good day. Of course, you as well. Good luck on the breakfast decision. It's handled. Nice, what'd you pick? Milk and Honey. My friend got it for me. Hey, lady. She was implying that I bought her some breakfast. She wanted me to buy her breakfast. And since I didn't, after I said, hey, lady, she deleted the thread and no longer communicated with me. That's how they be going. That's how they be doing. That's how they be doing.
I'm in border town. Should I come see you? I'm getting my hair done today, so I'm busy. But if you would be down to take the burden of payment off my shoulders for my hair, I may be inclined to see you after.
They'll drop it.
May with 3 Ys. She said it's up in the air. I didn't mean today. Okay, hair thing's still an option. She's like, okay, it's fine, but you're still trying to pay for my shit though? What day are you free? Any day if you pay for my hair. Oh my God, bro. Any day if you pay for my hair. Bro, are you poor? I'm not paying for your hair any day. LMFAO, I was already planning on paying for it, but if you're not giving me anything, I don't see the purpose of linking you. You're just gonna try to sleep with me. I don't get nothing from that. I don't know you. So if you're not giving me no money, my time is valuable. Might as well spend it on something that pays me, aka my job and novel.
Some of these I'm like, okay, that's crazy. And then there's some where I'm like, yeah, you're talking to an ex-worker. Like, you're talking to an ex-worker. That's on you.
Right.
That's on you. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys want to watch the rest of the video, again, link in the description.
Hi, so we're going to go to, where are we going?
We're going to Di Jamara, which is a tiny Balinese restaurant, which is Michelin mentioned. Very amazing cuisine.
Michelin mentioned.
Maybe mostly vegetarian for us tonight. Amazing wine, really all organic wines. Very cool place.
It's really tiny, but the food is amazing. So here's our outfits. I'm wearing this brown off-the-shoulder shirt. just checked in with these after back up. These like super wide legged loose pants with heels.
And I'm not too creative. I usually wear the same. This little linen shirt. I have my blue jeans, and it's a technical outdoor jacket. That's it.
Bye.
That linen shirt probably costs like 4 racks. You know what I'm saying? How bad do you not want to work? As a woman, you know what I'm saying? I almost respect it. You know what I'm saying? He's not too far. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have much time left. She puts in, you know,
left. I mean, it was a lot more of these begging videos over on my end, man. But I ain't gonna lie,
She's for life, man.
Deleting shit, so you know.
If you're gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Deleting shit,
She's
so
locked in.
evidence,
I respect it, man. I respect it. It probably works out for both of them. You know what I'm saying? I would say at least he's getting to bust his nut, but at that age, you know, and he looks frail. You know, does he really have that in him? I don't know, man. He looks like a couple of strokes and it could be over. It could be a heart attack. But hey, man, you know, these situations, honestly, some people may have a problem with it. I have absolutely no problem with it. She's hitting the finesse. He don't give a damn. He ain't stupid. Come on. He don't give a damn. He's with a young thing who, you know, he gets to, you know, see naked, admire. She's in his company, whatever the case is. And it's transactional. It is what it is.
I don't like dealing with older men that act slow as to why I'm talking to them. You know I want money. You know that the only reason why I'm in your face or the reason why I'm on the phone with you is because I want money. So why when I say the things that I want and need to get done, you want to act slow? And now that you're black, then you cannot speak to me again. You want to call down my phone because you confused. Why are you confused? Why are you confused? Like, y'all like to act like young bitches is just over here waiting to get with your old crummy ass. Nigga. That's not what this is. You know the age difference between us. This is not no organic situation. This is a transaction situation. That's what it's gonna be. So why you wanna act like boo-boo the fucking fool when the girls start talking about the hair need to get done, the nails need to get, and that's really just building up to what really needs to get done. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more like, well, if I give you this, can you handle that? At least that's my motto.
Why are you in such dire straits to where you need somebody to help you out anyways? That's the problem.
This is the part about dating younger women they won't tell you about.
Right.
She don't like you for you. There are some 40, 50-year-olds who are very attractive, men and women. But an attractive 50-year-old, again, man or woman, is not going to be as attractive as an attractive 25-year-old. Man or woman. It don't matter if you're good looking at 50 as a man. You're dating a 20-something-year-old, it's most likely going to be for the money. It's most likely going to be for the money. And there are some men who are okay with that. They've accepted it. I respect it, okay? If that's what you want to do, okay, cool. But for the men out there who are delusional enough to think that, yeah, you know, it'll be like a 30-something. Be like, yeah, you know, when I'm in my 40s, I can still date a 20-something. Yeah, you can. As long as you accept that it's not going to be about you. She's not going to like you for you. She's going to like you for what you can do.
Crazy. So me and my husband are in a huge fight right now.
Oh, how original. Someone airing their dirty laundry on social media.
He actually left, and he said he's going to stay gone until I get my act together. So I'm going to tell you what happened, okay?
Okay.
He works like 70 hours a week, okay? And I asked him if we can go out to eat. We went out to eat yesterday, and I asked him again if we can go out to eat again. He said that this can't be something we do on a routine basis. And I'm just like, why not?
Well, I can think of multiple very good reasons why a person shouldn't make going out to eat on a regular basis a thing. But let's hear what they have to say.
Why not? When you have the money to do it, and you make all that money, why can't we do that? And he says, because we're supposed to be saving.
That's a reasonable response, and it sounds like they have their priorities where they should be.
We're supposed to save? What are we investing in? Why are we saving in the first place?
Well, there is this thing called the future. And a lot of individuals believe in putting money aside in case they need it, or, heaven forbid, saving up so they can actually retire someday.
First of all, what I'm not going to do is sit here and allow someone to tell me what my money, that's my money too, because we're married. I'm not going to allow someone to tell me what my money is going to go towards.
Well, it definitely sounds like someone should, because at least one person in that relationship is responsible enough not to think of just the here and now.
And if he's going to keep it up, then he don't have to come back.
Right. So if they keep being responsible and forward thinking, then someone doesn't want them around.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. This is a pick better situation. You picked the irresponsible wife, a woman that doesn't understand the value of savings. I feel like that's very difficult to do. You know, I'm gonna go out on a not so limb here and say 95+% of adults understand the value of savings. You managed to pick one that doesn't. That's crazy, okay? And you work 70 hours a week. And here's the thing, man. What do I always say about these traditional relationships? They don't work. You think I'm going to work 70 hours a week and then a woman's going to look at me and say, my money. Huh? You know how many hours 70 hours is? I used to work 50 hours a week. I used to be mash up, man. That shit. You get home some days, you ain't have no energy. Your day off, you ain't have no energy. You don't want to do none. 70? And a woman's looking at me going, my money. Huh? You better get a damn job.
You better get a damn job. Yeah, it's a begging epidemic going on out here now, man. That's why shit all fucked up. Ain't nobody trying to pay for no begging ass nobody. I ain't trying to, I don't care.
Applies to, they love to say, oh, you're a pick-me, da-da-da, when in reality, I'm really not a pick-me. Like, I could give a less if I get picked, because who are these? Nobody. Anyways, body count absolutely matters. Like, you cannot be out here as a woman giving your body to Tom, Dick, and Harry, because that's just gonna reflect poorly on you. That's absolutely poor management. And it's the same for dudes, but that's another conversation for another day. I'm not a man, so I can't speak on that. Like, I don't have the viewpoint of a man and why they feel like that's okay. But I know as a woman, your body count absolutely matters. Like, there's a way to be sexually liberated and handle that yourself. Like, you don't have to go mad. Like, it's not necessary. And it's just like, you're overly going at this point. You're overly going. And at some point, when do you stop and say, damn, I'm way too many, or damn, I'm way too many. Mind you, most of the women whose body counts are crazy high feel like they have done too much. They are silently shaming themselves, but they have no choice but to just stand on it because that's what they did and that's what they're doing, and they really don't know how to stop. So they're just like, okay, well, I just gotta, go with the flow of, keeping up with this because I done started this, I done did this, so I gotta stand on it. But they still feel away. Like as a woman, your body is your temple. There's no reason that every guy you come across has to experience you sexually in that way. Like, you do not have to lay down with every man that you're trying to make a connection with. That is not a way of bonding. Like, and if that's even a discussion, like, oh, we can bond better, we can create better intimacy if we lay down, no, that it doesn't work like that. If that's even in the conversation, that's a red flag. You need to cut that situation off because it's not like, it's not that deep.
One of the biggest problems that's happening is that not only do people don't have self-discipline, but also women continue to try to be like men. What women don't understand is that men generally slot women in two different categories, right? So you'll have the women that's for the streets, and then you got the women that's preserved to be wives. Somewhere along the lines, we actually tried to merge the two cultures, and women that was for the streets somehow, some way made themselves available or start to get out of pocket and say, hey, listen, no. We're going to have a slut fest, and then we're going to come back and we're going to be wives. That's not how it works. So then when guys start to have a conversation about how many men that the woman has been with, it sounds like we're the villain when this has always been the standard. You just don't mix the two. So I'll give you an example, because I think that white women do this really, really well. Not to the benefit of the men that they get with, but they 100% are better at it than you guys, because white women, they will go off to college, do some of the wildest things, Their culture is, yo, we gonna do what we want to do when we want to do it. They break up their families and then they go and rebrand themselves, and somehow, some way, they could either stay in the town that they're in or they move to a completely different town and then get the different results with a different man that then come up and say that they want to be their baby daddy. And then if they really, really good, then a lot of times, if they're no longer available to the men that they would want, then sometimes, often at times, a black guy will come in and he'll play stepfather. But they always, a lot of them, and they have these conversations on these social media platforms, they always rebrand themselves as though they can re-put it back into a box. And the reason why, and this is across the board for American culture, the reason why, one of the main reasons, and we're going to deep dive into this, one of the main reasons why your body count matters, not that somebody needs to ask you, but you can generally get an idea if you're aware and you're paying attention and you're actually having a conversation with people and you don't just jump right into it and love at first sight like the series that's on Netflix. The reason why it matters is because those bodies carry with you. And that's in addition to the venereal diseases, STI, STDs, herpes, and now they're trying to normalize it. That's not normal. And we need more women that's not single mothers. And so in order for you to be there, you got to marry before you carry. You actually have to value yourself. And why should we as men value you if you don't value yourself? And that's the biggest thing that we really need to be having a conversation with, because people are just out here willy-nilly letting it fly and they don't value themselves. And then somehow, some way, after the whole town and the whole football team and the whole basketball team and all the nerds at Comic-Con and everybody else has slept with you, somehow, some way, some guy is supposed to pick up the pieces and see you as precious. That's not how it works.
Then, like, when you're a female who talks highly about, you know, having a low body count or something like that, or how you take it serious, it's just like, oh, pick me, pick me. And literally the only ones that are calling you a pick me are the bitches with the crazy high body counts. Like, body counts literally exceeding, I'm not even going to say what's a crazy number because I don't want to get judged. I don't want to get looked at crazy, but like,
Hundreds.
Y'all know what's crazy and y'all know what's overly going. Y'all know what the fuck is just too much. Y'all know when y'all did too much. Like, I'm gonna just say that. So no, I'm not shaming anyone for their body count, but it actually does matter. So stop trying to convince yourself that because you fucked 100 niggas and you know you moving on with life, that it just doesn't matter, because you still have all those energies inside of you. Like, when you're having sex, you're laying down with someone, you are transferring energies. This man is out here fucking 15 other women. You laying down with him, unprotected, raw, swapping energies with all those other women, plus him. He's fighting demons. He's DL.
Right on you.
He's broke. He's upset. He has anger management. He's schizophrenic, like slight bipolar. Come on. It's never that deep. You can be sexually
And then women be wondering why their life is so messed up and how everything is falling apart. And it's because you're transferring spirits and you're carrying the spirits of a person that had been with 100 other people, and you slept with 100 other people, and it's basically multiplied. So now y'all done slept with 1,000 people amongst y'all, and you can't figure out why your life is messed up and why you can't get yourself together.
Read it and handle that shit yourself. Like, girl, if you don't just DJ, like, I don't know, it's really not that deep. By no means am I saying that that defines you as a woman, like that, you know, makes you less of who you are, like you're not a good person or something like that. It just reflects on your, you know, decision making, because it's really not that deep. And honestly, if you do sleep with a whole bunch of men, or you have in the past, it really makes you no less of a good woman, or, you know, you're not worthy of this type. But you have to understand that there is certain people who will look at you a certain way and be like, you know what, I'm good.
You can't have it both ways. Like, I was with her in the beginning, but now she kind of backtracking because she's trying to make sure that she please everybody.
Right.
I just wish that everybody would just take a position. Just state where you are in this conversation and be done with it. Why do we got to try to please several different masters or several different people, or try to make sure that we accommodating for everybody. Just call a spade and stop worrying about what everybody think about
Good
you.
off that. So you might want to lie about your body count. Like you might really want to lie, because everybody doesn't just live off of, oh, body count doesn't matter. Some people it actually matters to. So I would say lie through your fucking teeth. Granted, I'm one of those people who don't have to lie. Like, I can say, you know, my body count, and
I don't believe her now.
fucking crazy. Like, well, damn.
I believe
But
her.
like, it does matter to some people, and
she just told y'all to lie. Why wouldn't she be lying? Not saying that she lying, but why wouldn't she be lying since she told y'all to lie?
it can be hard for you
Look
to
at the
go out here and
background. She
find
got evidence at
true
least for
love
busting down once.
revealing
So if
that
she
you
got
know
one
body
kid, that
count
means she
of
done probably
70
had
and
about
up.
10.
That's crazy. 50 and up.
Hit about
just
10.
I'm just going to keep it real. 30 and up. Like, I'm just going to keep it real. That's just like crazy, because in your lifetime, how many niggas are you fucking in a year? If it's more than 2 to 3, which is like, I don't know. This is coming from a relationship girly. I be in relationships for mad long, so I don't be having those type of, you know, spurts or like outbursts where I'm fucking 2 to 3 niggas a year. But that's just like, you didn't connect with not one of those people that you could have just called them up and been like, yo, I know we you know, fuck around with each other in a couple months, but you don't feel like coming over. That you had to go and find somebody else to go do it to. Like, girl, if you don't call one of them old niggas that you know got some for sure good peen and like get that shit handled, like, you don't gotta go out here and find somebody else to go dig up in you. Like, come on.
Nah. Listen,
Really?
man, y'all just better be careful at this point. Seriously. It ain't even no point in y'all trying to figure it out or trying to make it make sense. I don't believe in dating. I believe in being with the people that you already know is what it is, that you've authentically vetted them by being around them for an extended period of time without any interest in them. That's usually the person that you're supposed to be with, that you're equally yoked. But this is just messy. And again, you got HIV, you got new stuff that's being developed. The diseases is getting stronger and stuff
being
like that.
developed
Stay out
dead
of the
ass
streets,
serious
man.
though.
Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40%
It's
off
only
the
getting
first order,
worse out here,
20%
man.
off
And
for
these
life. I
folks is
love y'all. I
acting like it's
appreciate
just
you. I'll
getting
let you
better.
guys later. Be careful.
And you're just supposed to rock with them because you rocking with them. Nah. That ain't what's good out here, man. That ain't what's good out here no more. I'm sorry, but you just can't get no free. You can't get no free meat. Not from me. There ain't no free meat out here. I sell that thing.
What's the problem with dating in 2025?
Cinderella took off one shoe and found love. You took off all your clothes and couldn't find love. Gotcha, bitch.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
You guys didn't even fail college. You didn't fail a business first. Like most people go, I need to be a stripper to pay for college. No, you guys were like, I'm going to turn 18 and do OnlyFans. Yay. But now I can't find a husband. And then you're crying about it. I just don't get it.
But I'm trying to wrap my head around how us women were really brainwashed to believe that we were sticking it to the patriarchy by showing off all of our skin and making ourselves super available for sex, where we're going to have sex with you if we feel like it. No commitment needed. You don't have to do anything for us. We're just going to do it. And that's how we're going to stick it to the men. The men won. They won.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up.
Don't make it sound like that.
You cannot make this shit up.
What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, video today, man. Y'all saw the videos in the intro. I want to do a little bit of analysis myself, to some degree, because I've always found it interesting how women have become more promiscuous than ever, but not only do they still demand, well, it seems like they all want some form of a traditional man, regardless of how promiscuous or complete opposite that they are. But just the sheer fact that so many of them are like shocked to see that men don't want to take them seriously, due to the fact that maybe they did sleep around a lot, or maybe they got into some type of profession that involves pretty much selling their looks or their body for that matter. And I just
Let me
always
roll
just
this
found
blunt
it
so I can get up out
amusing
of
why
here,
these
man.
women are like
'Cause
crying
I
to
gotta
the
get up out
internet
of
that
here
they can't find any man to take them seriously. It's
and
like,
re up on
it's
my
like, are they?
cold
It's like
drugs.
you're either that in denial, that naive, or you're just that selfish. But anyway, apparently the women are
Flip it
recognizing this
all
too, and they're
three.
seeing this as well, and even they're clueless as to how other women think that this shit is gonna work. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
If I hear another joke about a female loneliness epidemic, I will laugh my fucking ass off. You guys were given 1 ounce of freedom, told you guys can be content creators, you can be fitness influencers, and most of you jumped immediately to doing porn. You guys didn't even fail college. You didn't fail a business first. Like most people go, I need to be a stripper to pay for college. No, you guys were like, I'm gonna turn 18 and do OnlyFans. Yay! But now I can't find a husband, and then you're crying about it. I just don't get it.
Oh, yo, because when I first saw that video, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely showing this to the people. But it also reminded me of a video that I reacted to a while back. A lot of y'all are probably familiar with the one OF model that made like 43 million or something a year. The other year, Sophie Rain, I believe that's her name. Attractive girl, don't get me wrong, but the video clip that I came across was her complaining about dating, and her complaint is that I can't find anybody. I can't find a man that doesn't know who I am, which is translation for I can't find a man that will accept what I am and what I do for a living. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you expect men not to know who you are when you made it? You made more in a year than a lot of the biggest name athletes in the world. You know what I mean? You've been seen with celebrity artists. I remember one time she was doing a TikTok with NLE Choppa, which I thought was weird because I was thinking, and on top of all that, this woman claims to be a virgin. That's just a little bit too much.
Too on the nose.
Yeah, good luck with that.
But I'm trying to wrap my head around how us women were really brainwashed to believe that we were sticking it to the patriarchy by showing off all of our skin and making ourselves super available for sex, where we're going to have sex with you if we feel like it. No commitment needed. You don't have to do anything for us. We're just going to do it. And that's how we're going to stick it to the men. The men won. They won because we tried to stick it to them and tell them and show them how powerful we are and whatever by making ourselves more accessible to them and giving ourselves away freely to them. Like, what level of brainwashing did we go through? They won. They won.
Did it to yourselves too.
And you know what? Deep down, I think as a group, women are
the easiest way to brainwash anybody. This is a concept that was built up in the movie Inception. You have to make them believe that it was their idea. So in April, for us to get to the point that we're at now, we had to make women believe that the free sex market is in their best interest. And I mean, hey, city boys, we up. We up.
are aware of this, and this is one of the reasons why you're starting to see more and more women become very transactional in the dating market to the point where it's basically coming off as prostitution at this point. You mean
city boys, we up.
You know, I just did a video a few months back, maybe about a month ago, of a brother that went viral for starting the bread and buns trend. I'm
Bread and
like, and
buns.
to be
Bread and
honest with you, I
buns.
think part of the reason why that bread and buns trend got so much motion is just due to how transactional women are nowadays. So, I mean, it's really no surprise. I mean, like, even with it being transactional or more women being willing to sell the box, you know, for a few dollars, I mean, that's men still winning at the end of the day, because the getting commitment from men is what women should be striving for, because that's what men value, because that's what we control access to. And if men can get sex continuously without ever having to give up commitment, then yeah, the men are definitely winning. So, I mean, I'm not shaming women for being promiscuous, because you know I like to get mines too. But you can't be promiscuous and complaining about not getting anything serious.
A lot of women have fumbled a good man just because they let their whole friends coach them right into stupidity. Taking advice from somebody that doesn't even have a healthy relationship is fucking insane. Your bitter, lonely ass can't keep a man as friend, coached you into leaving this good man that you have, and you actually listened. And a lot of the times, ladies, y'all do not be paying attention to the signs. 9 times out of 10, this is coming from the friend that was probably in his inbox before y'all started talking, but he never wanted her and he chose you, and she's jealous behind that. A friend that wants the kind of relationship you have, and she's jealous of your relationship, and she don't want to see you happier than her. Or a friend that's waiting for y'all to break up, so at the hindsight of y'all breakup, she could jump right in his DM and hop right up on it. Yeah. Then what pisses me off is that y'all don't take advice from the friend you're supposed to take advice from. You're not taking advice from your friend Lisa that graduated Harvard, been fucking married since her early 20s, 10 years plus married, successful marriage, got kids, career, a good life, and all that. Her advice goes in through one ear and out the other. You'd rather take advice from Victoria that lives on the 3rd floor, that's a dropout, is out here surviving off of child support checks, welfare checks, cup waters, hot Cheetos, and motherfucking pickle juice. Yeah, you see how crazy that sounds? Stop letting your fucking whole ass friends trick you out your spot from a good man's life. No funny shit.
Jesus can't save these hoes. Why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
Better than Jesus.
And it's funny that she mentioned
What
those
makes you think you
scenarios,
better than
because it'll be the
Jesus?
men. It'll be the men that'll tell the girl, like, nah, I don't want you around your single friends like that, because he see what type of time they on.
She on, yeah.
Only to turn around and find out that your friends are actually trying to get you to break up with him because they want a piece too.
Talk to him. Trying to tell you.
Hey everybody, Peach here, and today we're going to take a look at the Speediance Gym Monster 2.
Oh, commercial.
Yo, that's funny as hell, bro. Because they'll be quick to call a man insecure, like, oh, no, blase, blase. I'm like, yeah, little do you know, whole time your friends want me too. Funny as hell.
Let's talk about what dating is like as
All right, last video, y'all.
When I made my decision to join this industry, that was definitely something I was scared of, is like, what's it going to be like dating? Am I going to be able to find a boyfriend, a husband? Like, what's going to happen? Obviously, I decided, why would I make a decision about a man who doesn't even exist in my life and that the right guy won't care? I originally thought, oh, it'll be easy to just lie, say like social media and marketing is my job and hope they don't ask any other questions. But like, that also dismisses my job and all the work that I put into it. And like, my job's fucking cool. So obviously I don't want to just like dim it down to something it's not. Now, let's get into some of the reactions I've received since telling guys that I'm talking to. I've gotten, why won't you sleep with me then? Can I be in one of your videos? No big deal, I've dated a ton of OF girls. How much money do you make? That's a big one that like anyone asks me, which I get where they're coming from. People are curious. But also when you're on your first coffee date and they're like, so what are your earnings? So does doing this job make dating a little bit more difficult? Yes. Though the right person won't be upset, they'll be supportive. Now I'll leave you with a question. Would you date someone who does OF?
No, but if both of us are single and consenting adults, I'd be more than happy to shoot some content with her. But in all seriousness, I'm really getting sick and tired of hearing this. But this is the common theme that I hear from women that are involved in this type of line of work. The man that's for me won't care what I do. He'll just be supportive. Women that are getting their cheeks clapped by other men, they say the exact same thing. And it just blows my mind because I guarantee you, ask these same women that say that and put them in a scenario where the roles are reversed and the men are uttering the same words verbatim, and I guarantee you most of these women are not going to be okay with it. If a man came on the internet and said, I do corn for a living, or I got X amount of girlfriends for a living, and I'm looking for a wife, and the girl or the wife, the woman for me will be okay with it and support it, and bruh, that man will have so much hate in the comments from other women it wouldn't make any damn sense, bro. But these women turn around and say the same shit with a straight face like that shit is okay. But it's like, y'all know it ain't, because if the roles were reversed, most of y'all wouldn't accept it. So why the fuck do y'all even come on here talking like that? It's ridiculous.
In your 20s, like, who the fuck wants to get married and settle down? I want to feel the thrill. I want to be getting my head bashed in the mattress, and then I want to be getting ghosted the next day. I want to have my heart ripped out of my chest, and I want to do it all over again.
If we go on a date and you don't pay for the first date, I probably won't see you again, because I think that you're tight. And I know that sounds really rude, but I will always offer, every first date I've ever been on, I've offered. If you take me up on that offer, ick.
I actually get guys coming up to me quite often
That's
on
dope.
the street, but I've told my girlfriends that there's kind of like a rule. So it's always the weird ones who come up and talk to you. Most of the time I give them my number, but I know from right off the bat that I'm not interested, and then I just let things kind of fizzle out. At some point they get the memo. I personally feel bad rejecting people on the spot.
When a woman is attracted to a man, she will remove as many obstacles or obstructions to that relationship as possible, which basically means she's going to be available, she's not going to be difficult, she's going to work with the logistics that work for him, she's going to come to him on his time. Like, she's going to do as much as she can to make it easy for her to fit into that man's life. On the whole, makes that relationship less expensive for that man, etc., which also on the whole makes it more likely that he will move forward with that relationship. Flip side of that, if a woman doesn't really like you, like you're not potentially her best option, but she considered entering into a relationship with you, she's going to want more. Whether she's conscious of it or not, she's expecting to be compensated for the opportunity cost of not spending her time and giving a relationship to men that she might prefer. So the guys that women like less end up paying more. They have to give the commitment. They have to go out of their way. They have to make grander gestures.
She sells herself for the price of a KFC bargain bucket.
Oh,
Yet she
bargain
expects
bucket.
special treatment from men. The only guys who would seriously date an only fool's girl are the simps.
You poor, deluded fools!
There you have it, guys. Straight out of the horse's mouth. They want to get pumped and dumped. They want to be ghosted. So women are getting what they asked for.
True that.
This is why men can't be bothered with women any longer. They take, demand, and constantly want things from men, yet they give nothing in return.
It's a waste of time.
She feels bad rejecting men on the spot, so she gets their hopes up instead and makes them believe they're going to date her. Then eventually, their hopes turns into rejection, and their rejection turns into resentment. After watching women exposing themselves about how they treat men, why would any man want to take them seriously?
It's so useless!
In 2025, men already know that women chase after the top 5% of men. They make exceptions for Chad Rohn and make the average guy jump through hoops just to get a hug. No wonder why men have started walking away from women. Men are not ignorant any longer.
I don't fall for that shit anymore.
The main point we can take from this video is women are not the sweet, caring and innocent people we have been led to believe. Modern women are entitled, self-centered, promiscuous and vain. Thanks to social media, women have exposed their true nature to men over and over again. This is the reason why men ghost women and don't take them seriously for relationships.
They're lost! Real men of genius.
Real men of genius. Get this ad shit up out of here, man.
And really what got me out of it was my husband. My husband and my son changed my life.
All of a sudden, Mr. Right came into my life, and I hated him.
The documentary opens with people working regular jobs. Nothing shocking about their titles, but if you didn't recognize their faces, you'd never know they were once adult entertainers.
No one comes into this business to want to be normal on the back end of it. Nobody thinks that it's going to end. If you jump on a merry-go-round, you hope the ride never ends. I don't think many of them can spell the word future. I don't think they did this as a short-term investment in their own future, but they burned out.
After Prawn Ends takes us inside the lives of retired performers, presenting what looks like a story of redemption. But what if it's not redemption at all? What if it's a story of codependency, a cycle where freedom turns into reliance and empowerment becomes dependency rebranded? Because for most of these women, their so-called salvation came the same way, through the emotional and financial support of men.
If you're looking for a long career in the business, you're probably looking in the wrong place. The average girl might be good for 2 years, 2 to 3 years tops for the average girl. If you're lucky and you're one of the few superstars, not very many of those, okay, then maybe you get, 6, 7 years, 8 years. And if you play your cards right and do your financial thing right, then you can, make some money and set yourself up.
At the end of the day, this is a profession, one of the oldest in human history. These women use the money to pay their bills, survive, or chase that short burst of fame. But like Randy West said, this career has an expiration date, 2 to 3 years on average, 7 if you hit the jackpot. But even for those who do, the price tag is permanent.
I was working for a builder, a home builder here, and corporate came to my community and shut the doors and said, we need to talk to you. Someone recognized you, we know who you are, and you are too recognizable, and we're too conservative of a company, and we're gonna have to let you go.
There isn't that much of a future after the X-rated industry because somehow, somewhere, somebody will find you. The famous line I used to say to anybody walking into my office when I ran the biggest agency, what are you going to do 10 years from now when your kid brings home a magazine with you laying in the middle of it with a candle shoved up? You going to tell them you're playing a part of a birthday cake? It doesn't go away.
You can take every other category, every other idea, every other thought. Basically, happiness and success in life all boils down to what are the quality of your bonds with other people. Having anything to do with the adult industry hacks away those bonds, so you're isolated, alienated, pushed away to the margins and not treated as a human being. That's a recipe for disaster for me and for anyone else.
It is legal work.
Now, that last part is something that I think doesn't get talked about enough, and there's definitely some light that need to be shed on it, because I remember, and I want you guys to do this too if you ever get a chance to, look up on YouTube the deaths of porn actresses. And when I tell you, when you see that most of them are going to be drug overdoses or self-deletions, that right there will tell you that what that last brother just said is 100% true. Because if it's one thing that we have all learned in this space, is that women are social creatures, far more social than men. So when you strip that away from a woman due to her profession, it's definitely gonna take a toll on them, bro. And I'm like, and you got women in the profession currently, they're experiencing that as well. That's why so many of them are coming on the internet complaining about not being able to find a boyfriend or a relationship, or for that matter, I think it has more so to do with them finding a man that they actually like and respect, because the type of man that is going to accept them 9 times out of 10 is not going to be the type of man that they really like or respect. They're just going to deal with him because he's okay with what you do for a living. That's why, like the girl said, the man for me won't care and he'll support me. Yeah, but 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be the man that you really want or that you really desire or even attracted to. That's why I tell women like that, if y'all get in that line, y'all might as well just date one of y'all fans or something. Because those are the only men, those are the only type of men that are going to accept. And even some of those men aren't going to be accepting of it. They're just going to act like they're okay with it because they want access too. But I ain't going to go there and go on a long ass rant. Y'all let me know what you think about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's what the algorithm that helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both.
We ain't doing all that, bro. We ain't doing all that, bro. We ain't doing all that. But yeah, I'm not going to slide up out of here, man. I've been here a little bit longer than I was supposed to, anyways, man. But yeah, appreciate everybody for showing up, man. The folks that did show up, the folks that didn't show up, man, it is what it is. You can see the VOD. It is on YouTube, man. I repost everything all the time. I'm getting ready to get ready for clips. I'm about to start doing clips soon. So y'all need to be paying attention, man. If you're not, y'all gonna see them popping up on your social media anyways. But that's all I got for y'all today. We got through a nice little bit of these videos, man. A whole lot of retardation, basically, is what I saw and what I heard. But we ain't tripping. I mean, it is what it is on that. Let these folks be stupid. Let them dwell in their misunderstanding of the world around them. And that literally is what Darwinism is. They're not going to be happy. And they're going to keep creating dumbass, unhappy people too, because they don't understand how the hell to be happy on their own. And let them. Don't fight them about it. They're going to help your situation be, you're not going to help you be any happier by trying to help them be happy. Fuck it. Fuck them. Let them be mad. Anyways, I'm going to get up out of here, y'all, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe, man. Y'all be blessed. Praise to the Most High. And if you make some money when I'm not around, make sure y'all bring the receipt so I know y'all balling. Peace.